So, hi friends, it's me. So, if you're mic check, if you're listening to my voice and you're seeing my face, then you already know why we're here. Today is the pick a card for what is in store for 2026. Okay, I did do a poll over on Twitter. If you have me over on Twitter, then maybe you saw it. If you didn't, then maybe you didn't. If you don't have me over there on Twitter or what we now call X, you should, drop down below in the description box and follow me on my platform so you can catch all of the fun stuff and all of the extra trinkets that I like to throw across my platforms. My name is B, just in case you're new to being here. If you're accustomed to being here, welcome. Okay. Before we get started, let me also say this. I am doing 2026 yearly overview sale readings. Okay. They are $130. You can get them on Shop Pay. Okay. I think it's just 30 something dollars a month, four installments, 4 or 5 installments or so like that. If you want to do it like that, I am also using a promo code. Okay. Discount 10%. Promo code is comeback. That is COMEBACK for 10% off, and you can use it for your yearly overview readings. Okay, we are winding down to the, last couple of days, the second to last week of November. December is right around the corner. 2026 is right around the corner. So definitely go ahead and do yourself some justice. Okay, like, share, subscribe. I am open for personal readings aside from that. And yeah, this is already going to be pretty lengthy. This is probably going to be super in depth. So I don't want to do a whole lot of talking. We already a minute and 30 seconds in, so let's get to it. The timestamps will be down below in the description box. I might also put them in the comment section, question mark. Okay, but you can definitely fast forward, and I will also insert a clip to where you can see the pile, so that way you can kind of get a real in-depth into an idea of what you're picking, and we'll go from there. So yeah, again, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you over there on your pile. See ya. Hi, friends. It's me, B, your fave. So, this is the pick a pile setup for 2026. Pile, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Sorry, my phone's about to die. So, if you know me, you know I like to do these intricate little setups to help you kind of pick. So, I have 3 different like setups here to help you pick which pile. You can pick more than one pile if you feel guided. Okay. So, for pile 1 over here, I do have the City Girls card as the overview card. Song of Choice is That's My Attitude by Trina. An earring, and what I always thought was a red jasper, it absolutely might not be, but that's what I always just has been calling it since I got it. Pile 2, the card of choice is the MC Light card. Okay, song of choice, or skit really of choice, is A Side Talk off of the Grateful album by DJ Khaled. And you have top papers and a tiger's eye. Okay, third pile here, the card of choice was the Leke 47. Song of choice, Company by Drake and Travis Scott off of the If You're Reading This, It's Too Late album or mixtape. And then we have the Yellow Citrine and a Fever Tree top that has an actual tree on it. You can go pick by the song. You can pick by the overview card. Again, that is City Girls with the keyword hustle, MC Light with the keyword skill, Leke 47 with the keyword mystery. When I first saw it, I thought it said mastery. Or you could pick by one of these if you like top papers, if you feel drawn to the tree, if you just like nice earrings and jewelry, or maybe if you feel drawn to one of the crystals. Okay, so feel free to pause, meditate on what number you get, meditate on what feels like it's drawing to you, and I'll see you over there in that pile. So, my pile ones, okay? So, if you pick this pile, you have picked the That's My Attitude song by Trina, the City Girls card, and or you picked the earring, and or what I thought to be, like I said, the red jasper, okay? This is going to be what you need to know, or what you can expect, what you can anticipate for the new year. Okay, again, please do remember that I am open for personal bookings when it comes to that, if you need something a little more depth and personable. Now, let's start to what I already just noticed, right? When it comes down to 2026, you thinking money. Okay, between the City Girls card, and it has hustle on it, the key word for this is hustle. right? And the That's My Attitude card with Trina. And if you know the song, right? If you haven't heard it, pause this, listen to it, go listen to it. But for those of you who've listened to it, you already know she come out the gate saying money over everything. That's my attitude. Still the baddest bitch in the game. Okay? Talk to your man when I get ready. And as I listened to the song, as I prepped for, your reading, as I prepped to get started, the whole energy of just your overall attitude, period, kind of came to me. Where it's not she just talking about money and being sexy, but she's overall boasting on this is just who I am, this is just my attitude. If you got an issue with it, if you have a problem with it, then you can take it up with somebody else. But this is my attitude. This is just who I am. So I feel like in 2026, it's already kind of speaking to, for me, for one, you're very focused, you're very in your bag, and or you'll need to be in 2026. 2026 is about money, it's about hustle, it's about going after everything that you want, and it's about your attitude for my pile ones, right? So how are you paying attention to your attitude as you go out into 2026? What is your attitude as we prep for 2026? And it's giving an overall energy of like what your mindset like. You know what I'm saying? 2026 don't feel like the year to be fucked up about something else, worried about this, worried about that. Again, money over everything. That's my attitude. I'm still the baddest bitch in the game. I'm still giving you bitches a run for y'all money. Y'all hoes still not fucking with me. I'm still the baddest. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how Trina pop shit. Everybody know how Trina pop shit. Even in the song, you can kind of catch a bar where it's like, this isn't just to be top cocky. I ain't trying to be cocky and be arrogant. That's just my attitude. So there's an energy for some of you to keep your attitude in check in 2026. And for some of you, it's like paying attention to what your attitude is. Are you more focused on love and other shit that don't matter? Or are you focused on getting this bag and, building your life and living the life and the dream that you want for yourself? That's what this is already kind of giving me. But nonetheless, again, your attitude and your finances are very, very, very much highlighted with both of these two cards. We don't even have to talk about city girls because unless you live under a rock, you already know what that's giving. They're holding money in the card. Okay, you can see the money in their hand. Don't you see it all behind them? So money is definitely the focus in 2026. Your finances, your financial status, you might already be feeling like, you know what I'm saying, it's on your mind for 2026. You might already, as we wind down to December 2025, you might already be having it on your mind like, okay, so what am I going to do? What my money looking like? How my money, you know what I'm saying, operating. Like, it's very much giving. I'm hearing money team. I heard a money run, and I know I've been seeing little stuff like that too on my social medias. Depending on what side of social media you on, right, where you might see these little memes and videos on TikTok and stuff where it's like, when he trying to get to know me, but I'm on a 6 month money run. It kind of feel like that type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? So for majority of you, it feels like you're coming into 2026 with this mindset. You're already pre-thinking about it. For others of you, like I said, a slight few of you, this is the energy you need to be in. This ain't no time to be getting distracted with no whole bunch of other shit and a bunch of frivolous shit that don't matter. It's giving you trying. It's about your hustle. It's about your mindset. It's about your attitude along the way of the thing. You ain't gotta look like the baddest bitch in the room, but what's your attitude like? Do you feel like your attitude, right? You might not see all of the money reflected into your account, but what's your attitude like in 2026 when it comes to your finances? When it comes to who you are? When it comes to your ability to hustle? Your financial mindset? What is your attitude when it's pertaining to your finances? I already did pre-pull cards. I think it's interesting. I didn't look at these cards, right? All I could see was the cards that I had flipped up for everyone to pick. But as I'm looking at these cards, you have the King of Earth and the King of Water. Okay. I'm going to jump off in the book because this is that one deck that I'm just not super familiar with. So, excuse me as I have to look around and search around to see where this is. I'm in Earth though. Let me see. Queen, King of Earth. So let's kind of get into the key terms and the key phrases for the King of Earth. Okay. It says successful, devoted, steadfast, authoritative, reliable, and dedicated. The King of Earth may appear in your reading to tell you that it is okay to rejoice in your successes. All too often, we are made to feel that taking pride in our successes equates to being boastful. This can lead to feelings of guilt and a decision to stay silent. The King of Earth is a very satisfied man, and he has every reason to be. Everything he touches turns to gold. Hello, come on now, my power ones. Everything he touches turns to gold. His kingdom is secure and wealthy, and his people are happy and prosperous. So already out the gate, again, another confirmation. Again, so it's already given in 2026. Not only are you on a money run, but you will be achieving a lot of accomplishments. You will be achieving a lot of like accolades, like a lot of victories, even if they're not big successes, right? As a reader, as a human being, period, I'm very big on celebrating even the small victories. So it doesn't even have to be something large and big. It can be something tiny, like finally reaching that financial goal, finally being accepted into that program, finally finishing that one project, finally leaving those friends or leaving that job or leaving the relationship, right? So again, a lot of confirmation already out of the gate about money, wealth, success, your stability, okay, your money, your hustle, right, your attitude. That's why I said for a majority of you, this is your attitude. For majority of you, you're checking your attitude, and you're going into 2026, your overall really 2026 energy feels like I'm focused on my finances, I'm focused on my bag, I'm focused on my goals, I'm focused on knowing that I'm Himothy, I'm really that bitch, I'm really her, I'm really Himothy, I'm really that one that the Lord chose, or however you want to flip it up and rub it down. You should be feeling very, very, very good about yourself come out in 2026, especially once you get your footing with your hustle. Like for some of you, I'm sensing to going into 2026, you might have to acquire certain hustles. Maybe again, that's something you already thinking about. Maybe that's something to think about if you haven't thought about it already. If you know that you might finances probably was an issue this year. Okay, so what extra job you might need to get, extra hustles, hello, you might need to get next year, so you can make sure that everything that you worked hard for this year that you probably didn't exactly achieve can absolutely be in your arm's reach by next year. And with the King of Earth here, it says that you're already going to have it, right? For some of you, again, that needs to be your attitude, that I already have it. I'm already successful 2026. Money's not an issue. Everything is going to be fine. Everything that I set out for myself for my New Year's resolution or from my 2026 yearly resolution, everything is going to come to me, and everything is going to be everything. Key phrases: taking pride in your accomplishments. Don't be lazy. Free yourself from control. Life is meant to be enjoyed. Pay it forward, honor your process, and now is not the time to make changes. Yeah, I know I say for some of you, you might already be in this energy. This ain't the time to be trying to get off into some other energy. What is your attitude like? Even if you get to working hard and you feel like things aren't really coming together right, but check your motherfucking attitude. You need to already exude your confidence. Everything is going to work out perfectly fine. Even if you look around and feel like it's not. Even if you check your phone app and your bank app right now, you log into Wells Fargo, Regions, PNC, wherever you bank with, whoever you bank with, Chase, Bank of America, insert them here. And even if you feel like this doesn't reflect the amount that I wish I had, that's my financial goal. That's fine. What's your attitude like for 2026? When you get there in 2026, what's your attitude like taking you through the rest of the year? Your attitude either gonna help you or hurt you. I just heard that. Your attitude can either help you or hurt you in 2026 for my power ones. So again, you either go exude confidence, keep hustling, and knowing that everything that you're working hard for, you'll have something to. And I was gonna say brag, but again, the book even says you're not bragging. You reserve the right. King of Earth says you reserve the right to speak about the things that you accomplished. That doesn't make you boastful, and don't let people make you feel guilty for Celebrate in your own wins, for taking pride. What it say? Taking pride in your own accomplishments. King of Earth appears in your reading to tell you it is okay to rejoice in your successes. You done work damn hard. But again, you might have to work a little hard too in 2026 for some of y'all. For some of you, you worked hard all year. 2006 is gonna pay off for you. For some of you, you got a little more working hard to do. But what's your attitude like as you working hard? Your attitude either is gonna be what makes you or breaks you. While you can choose your moments and be respectful of others' feelings, King of Earth suggests that you have every right to set. Didn't I just say that? Didn't I just say that? King of Earth suggests that you have every right to celebrate your accomplishments and to take pride in your achievements. That doesn't make you boastful. Well, you like, bitch, I done made so much money this year. I know I was able to travel and, I done bought a new house and I done bought a new car. You have a right to rejoice in these things. You work damn hard. Don't have to get around nobody and then you feel like you got to bite your tongue. So again, in 2026 is given, yeah, you might have to work a little hard. Yeah, you might have to check your attitude. Some of you are definitely on a money run in 2026, but everything is paying off for you. If you have the resources and the means to enjoy yourself in 2026, then do so. There is no need to ask for anyone's permission or blessing. This is, after all, why you've worked so hard. I literally just said that. For some of you, again, you need to check your attitude in 2026. Don't be lazy. This ain't gonna apply for everybody. Take what resonates. If you know you got a little bit of a lazy streak, be honest with yourself right now while you listening, and ask yourself, how can you change that in 2026? For some of you, this is less about being lazy. I'm picking up Earth sign energy right now. For others of you, this is less about being lazy. And like I said, this is about how hard you had to work. Maybe you watching this and you feel like, bitch, I done had to work damn hard this year and still ain't accomplished all of the stuff I wanted to accomplish. Bitch, I'm talking about, bitch, I'm tired. I'm tired of working 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 jobs. That's fine. You gotta just do it for a little bit longer. Phew. And what you working so hard for gonna pay off. But just remember, in 2026, to do something nice for yourself. Buy yourself something nice. Take the trip. Buy the home. Buy the car. You worked hard. I said, didn't I just say that? You worked damn hard for it. You got the hustle card. You got the that's my attitude. That I said, you heard Trina say money over everything. Still the baddest bitch in the game. I'm giving bitches run for their money. Taking niggas too. Hide your kids. Hide your wives. But it's just about your attitude. It's about what attitude do you have? What attitude are you having when it comes to this? Are you working hard and feeling like, oh, it's not gonna work out for me? It's not gonna work out for me. Nothing ever works out for me. No one ever does anything for me. At what point do you move on from that? King of Water is here. Key words, it says calm, contemplative, insightful, fluid, balanced, protective, nurturing, jealous, and possessiveness. Let me see where I can jump down to. Hold on. Because y'all know I don't like to read all of this for real, for real, for real. King of Water can also represent a person in your life who embodies traits of a king. You are in need of counsel, so seek it at this time. The King of Water is multifaceted in meaning. He symbolizes approaching a time of peace and calm, where you will have time and space to simply be and grow. He also represents a need to let go of emotion-based gender biases and to embrace the awareness that this par- paradigm, I be like butchering these words so bad. I be butchering these words so bad. That this paradigm belongs to the past. A man can be just as sensitive and vulnerable, nurturing and supportive. A woman can be just as closed off and insensitive. Both can be communicative in regards of their feelings, but both can also be just as uncommunicative. We have been conditioned to believe that men and women are emotionally different when they are, in truth, the same. The main thing I got from that is a sense of peace. Sense, peace, calming. Key phrases: a safe harbor in the storm, strength born of adaptability, marry critical thinking and emotional logic. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Allow your feelings to take a guide in this decision. Address causes for jealousy and a need for excitement. Be present in your relationships. Okay, okay, okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Thank you, Spirit, for that. So I guess there is a reason you had to get the King of Earth and the King of Water, because considering reading both of those and the King of Water, the key phrases kind of spoke to me about addressing your emotional body, but also again allowing time for connecting, emotional connecting, and like the polarity of it all. Right? Women can be just as insensitive. Men can be sensitive. It's like again, it's a two sides to the coin kind of thing is what is coming to me right now. But the main message I'm getting, especially next to this King of Earth, right? As you hustle, as you work, as you think about your goals and your accolades and everything that you want to achieve, and as you think about your stability and your monetary gains and your streams of income and your efforts, right? Don't forget to acknowledge your emotional self. Don't forget to do something nice for yourself. Just as well as saying, like, don't, like, I feel like that maybe was kind of highlighted too in the King of Earth card, right? Where it's like, don't be afraid to, praise your achievements, or like give yourself praise for your achievements, to acknowledge your achievements, to say with your chest, like, yeah, bitch, I did that. Or to do something nice for yourself. And this King of Water card kind of makes me feel like that too, right? For some of you, this will look like, again, don't be afraid to do something nice for yourself. You done been working 5 days straight. Even when you're not working for 5 days, on the other two, you handling children, other stuff, community, business, church, family. Like, when do you check in with yourself? For some of you, right? In 2026, that'll be very important. Though I said your attitude, right? That kind of ties into that. Your attitude. What is your attitude? But if you're not having no moments in 2026 to sit down with yourself in the hustle and bustle of things to say, okay, hold on. Like, how am I feeling about this? Let's process some things emotionally. I've been moving real fast. I've been real focused. Like, Megan Thee Stallion is coming to me. I know she said that before, where it's like when everything was going on with her, she just fill up her schedule. You know what I'm saying? She just fill the schedule up and she just keep working and think from it. But it's like, no, you need those emotional check-ins. Don't just focus so much on the money, the hustle and bustle, the flow, the movement, the quickness of the thing, to maybe distract yourself to where now you're distracted, but then now you're not doing what you could be doing or need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to just sitting with how you might feel, the emotional connecting, right? Make time for partnerships. So that also make me feel like in the hustle and bustle of things for my power ones in 2026, don't forget to hang out with your friends. Don't be afraid to date. You need that. You can't just focus on hustle and money and the things that make you happy and all of that old shit, but then you not really connecting with nobody. We need that. Even in the moments where you feel like life is great. Okay, go out for drinks or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, this made me feel like, again, don't be afraid to do something for yourself. And that maybe to me ties into, again, that first card where it's like, because you will be successful. Right? You will be celebrating your victories in 2026. You will have so much to be happy and celebratory about in 2026. But you don't have to ignore everything and everybody. You don't have to ignore the fact that, you know what I'm saying, on a typical day, like, right, as women, right? And even speaking to myself as a testament to this, you're cramping, you having a horrible first day of the cycle, you know what I'm saying? But then you feel like I just gotta muscle through. No, hell, sit down. It's like, tap in with yourself, with your emotional nature, with your, you know what I'm saying, inner body. Like, it's not always just about the hustle and bustle. It's not just about money. It's not always just about your goals. So for some of you, it's like you need to kind of know that, you know, for some of you, again, where it's not emotionally checking in with yourself, again, this could look like, do something nice for yourself. Do something nice for yourself. Do something kind for yourself. Go on the vacation. I don't give a fuck what they say about it. Yeah, you right. They might call you uppity and call you big money because you done goddamn took the first however much money type of flight to go wherever you going, but you didn't work damn hard for it. So don't let nobody or nothing in this world make you feel like nothing next year when you got them rolling up in that nice car, or when you done dangling in, you know what I'm saying? You just love the sound of them new keys dangling all around in your ear, but you didn't work damn hard for it in 2026. So don't let nobody make you feel like nothing about it. And that's just that on that. Even if it's like, yeah, me and my boo done left and we didn't took a vacation for a month. Oh, must be nice. Yeah, but you don't know how much I done actually neglected my my partner. I done been working all night, long hours. I ain't come home for weeks at some period. She deserves it. He deserves it. I deserve it. We deserve it. This is our quality time now because they've been bending with me on the fact that I'm working hard, on the fact that I'm hustling, on the fact that I'm trying to get a sense of stability about myself. Your friends too, your family too, because that all matters, that all means something. Next card out here, we do have deep freeze. So again, you might have some periods of needing to learn when to be still. I think that also again can tie into a little bit of what I said. The deep freeze card is like a pregnant pause. It's like when women get pregnant, they have to kind of do that maternity leave thing. And you got to go have a baby, you got to sit down for a moment. You can't really go back to work or nothing. And then you can go back to work, and then it's like, all right, cool. For some of you, this next year will teach you, because I'm picking up an energy of teaching you. Next year will also teach you when to be still and when not to be still, right? You're not gonna always have the access to go. Sometimes things like I'm hearing ooh, give it to me, hold on, monkey wrench. Like throwing a monkey wrench in the plan is what I'm kind of picking up. So monkey wrenches might be thrown into your plan or into your life throughout the year next year. But it's teaching you that again, you can't always go. Again, it's like a pregnant pause. It's like the weather. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything has its season. You know what I'm saying? Next year will teach you the season when it's time for you to get up and move. I heard next year also was a year of the horse, which is about movement, drive, implementing things, action, um, progress, even courage, boldness, swiftness. So it's like, even for some of you, like example, maybe to start out the year, things might still feel a little wonky. Or you might have really good momentum throughout the year, and then in the middle of the year, maybe something happened, and you know, you might feel restricted or blocked, or like, like things aren't really moving for you. And it's like, again, check your attitude. Still the baddest bitch in the game. Talk to your man when I get ready, and I got him blowing stacks. I ain't petty. That's my attitude, bitch. That's my attitude. Check your attitude. I'm also intuitively hearing for some of you, things like this will happen because you won't know how to sit down. So again, take that as a warning. If you don't know how to sit your ass down and learn how to be still, or to learn how to, you've been working, 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 working. Now you ain't took no time for yourself. So now the divine has to sit you down, okay? Because you acting like you don't know how to take no time for yourself. So yeah, things will eventually pick up though. So don't worry about it. If you do end up hitting like a seasonal period or like a pause period where you feel like things just are like not moving, or like you kind of, what I'm saying, now isn't the season. Again, some of you will learn that, and others of you, it's less about you learning it. It's more about you learning how to work on your attitude. For some of you, you have a really good attitude. You don't say you understand. You just kind of have to just actually sit down, right? But it's not gonna really fuck with your attitude a little bit. It's just like, all right, God, whatever. For some of you, this really gonna fuck with your attitude. The fact that things aren't moving for you, aren't progressing, or the fact that trying to overexhaust yourself. Saturn will be back in Aries next year. So again, learning how to keep yourself from burnout, self-preservation is a thing very, very heavily here that I'm picking up. Making sure that you're learning self-preservation. So it's making me feel like, again, for those of you where you don't know that you will be made to be still, or that you will be made to like enter a period where things just aren't moving for you, so you can learn how to take care of yourself, right? Check in with your emotional body, take a vacation, sleep in more, really just, what I'm saying? It's like things will happen for you that'll kind of make you learn that, but then your attitude will now get fucked up. You'll feel like, okay, now things aren't happening for me. It'll never work for me. I'm working so hard to try to get this home. I'm never gonna have it. I might as well give up. And it's like, you fucking your own self up. Don't shoot yourself in your foot, Plexico birds. Okay, be careful, because you about to shoot yourself in the foot. Check your attitude. God said it's not always about the journey, but it's about your attitude and how you wait. What's your attitude like and how you wait? The waiting really ain't even the hard part, but it's the attitude. Now I said, but for some of you, you can understand that again. It's not your. You can check the attitude. You can understand that okay, maybe the divine has something going on. Let me just chill. I know that everything's still gonna work out, and it will, and it will. But for some of you, again, you will just have to learn how to chill out. Cancer, Leo, Capricorn. So again, you could maybe have this in your chart. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Okay, you don't have to. I just like to pull these cards because I enjoy them. Again, I do feel like I said though, the Cancer card being here is a double confirmation with this King of Water. How are you checking in with your emotional self as you're moving and grooving this year? I feel like that's extremely important. How are you checking in with yourself? Cancer is the sign of nurturing, mothering, right? Your emotional nature, the moon phases. You know what I'm saying? The womb, the feminine energy, the motherly energy. How are you nurturing yourself, or are you just working yourself to death? That's why I said Megan Thee Stallion kind of is coming to mind to me. I know I've heard her say that where it's like, yeah, I just was filling my schedule up. Everything happened to me. I got shot, and then one thing led to another, and I just didn't want to keep thinking about it, and I didn't. I just kept telling them to fill my schedule up more, and the more they filled my schedule up, the more I didn't have to think about it. But I mean, it was still affecting her. She just wasn't checking in with herself mentally and emotionally to really be able to see how it was affecting her. But she started drinking more. She was being more promiscuous. Ain't no telling what she's doing now. I know she's in therapy and everything, so I'd imagine it's much healthier. But you know, just saying that to say, making sure that you're not following in them same footsteps, making sure that you're not having things that you're going through, but then you just feel like, oh, I gotta work more, or maybe you feel like there are certain things in life that you want, but now again you just feel like, nah, I just gotta pick up more hours. It's like, nah, you're gonna burn yourself out. Burnout is not gonna help you either. Because again, then when you get made to sit down with this deep freeze card, and then now your divine team pushes you into a period in a season of no movement, no progress, nothing is blooming, nothing is blossoming. You just gotta sit your ass still because you're not really, practicing self preservation, because you burning yourself out, because you're not checking in with yourself emotionally, you're not feeding yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's something most of us do right there. How many times you hop up out of bed, you got so much shit to do, you ain't even had breakfast today. You don't eat till 5 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? That's not good. That's not the energy we need. We coming into 2026 with. No. Make sure you getting a good 8 hours of rest. Make sure you eating 3 meals a day. Make sure that you're not only eating 3 meals a day, but it is healthy, and it is nutritious. Excuse me, nutritious to you. Like all of these things, tap in with your emotional body. How are you feeling today? It's not enough to just feel like, oh, I gotta just the paper already made. I just gotta go get it. The money already printed. I just gotta go get it. No, how are you feeling emotionally though? How's your heart? How's your mind? All of that matters, because all of that, if goes unchecked, will fuck with your attitude, and your attitude, like I just said, can make or break your 2026. The Leo card is here though, so again, there's a emphasis of not only with this Leo card, but with this Capricorn card here too, right? And we already have so many confirmations about just money and finances. The Leo card for me definitely gives making sure that you have fun. The Leo is ruled by fifth house. It's very expressive, but it's also very creative. It's also very like performative. Leo energy likes to kind of be the spotlight child energy, starts likes to be the main character energy, right? So again, how are you having fun? Singing, dancing, playing, going out. You know what I'm saying? This also is about dating. Leo rules fifth house. Fifth house is coming to me. So again, dating. You know what I'm saying? Having fun, enjoying children, right? Getting creative, and just how you spend your free time. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just on the way to make the money, you having fun, creatively throwing your clothes together, and you like, bitch, I'm gonna just grab this and grab that and grab that, and you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just dress real crazy today, but it's fun for you. How are you like adding some fun, some liveliness, some zhuzh to your life? Nurturing yourself for 2026. But as you reach this boss status, and as you reach these accolades, and you again these achievements and these goals, right? How are you again having fun? How are you adding a little tender love and care, adding a little warmth, adding a little playfulness, you know, to what it is that you're doing? adding a little dramatics, even because Leo can be very dramatic and theatrical, right? It's the small things that make life lively. It's the small things like coloring outside the lines that makes it a little fun. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, just getting a real big energy of, making sure that you, again, just nurture all parts of yourself. Okay? Like, that's like a big thing that I'm picking up on. Nurturing all parts of yourself, not just the finances. Yes, it's okay to, boast or to like brag about, you know, what you've done, or even to just cheer yourself on and to like praise yourself about what you've done and what you're doing and how far you've come. Okay, I will say this though for my power ones. Eight of Cups here next to this Ace of Pentacles. In 2026, there might be something you might not want to walk away from, and it might be something pertaining to a level of stability, like I said, a new job or something like that. Girl, I finally quit that job. Girl, I finally got the raise. Girl, I finally did this. I finally said that. I finally spoke up to them and, gave them my ideas. This also feels like something you don't necessarily want to reject. There's a need to release the baggage in 2026. There's something here that you don't want to walk away from. This also could definitely be like a financial opportunity. A lot of your cards here for Power One, a lot of this energy feels very money related. I emphasize what I said in the beginning of this. You guys are not focused on love and romance this year. Like, that's not to say you won't have it. So if you're watching this and you're curious, I do feel like, you'll have some prospects, but this honestly feels like you are very, very, very money motivated, very focused on your finances, and or you need to be. So again, for some of you, maybe you're watching this and you want love. Yeah, you might get some prospects, but again, that ain't where you need to be focused. If you coming into 2026 overly focused about what love is gonna give, you starting out your year wrong already. And yes, make time for partnership, but this power one, if you pick this group, you need to be and or will be focused on your hustle, your goals, and your accolades. There is a financial opportunity or something you don't want to walk away from, and it can help you release some baggage. You might really, really enjoy it there, but it's something that you need to reject. It's something that in the long run, with this Knight of Pentacles and this Devil card side by side, in the long run, this is not something that you can live off of long term anyway. Right? That's like trying to stay at a 9 to 5 job that was never meant to be your forever anyway. You were supposed to get this job, use this money to fund whatever else, and then use it as a stepping stone. But you like, oh, I really like my coworker friends, and I just really, really want to stay at this job. It was never meant to be a long term gig anyway. This was, again, just a bump in the road, a stepping stone, or a detour along the way, but it was not the final destination. For some of you, this could be love, where it's like, again, this will be a commitment for those of you where it's not a job and you need to walk away from something because they aren't giving you the commitment you want anyway. For some of you, you want a commitment and this person isn't even interested in investing anything. For those of you where you're single, right, be careful of people like that. Don't be afraid to walk away from people romantically, friend wise, job opportunities too, where it's not in alignment with what you genuinely truly want. If you know that you want the Ace of Pentacles, do not settle for the Knight of Pentacles. And damn sure don't settle for anyone whose Knight of Pentacles is reversed. That means they're not interested in even investing a little bit. You trying to get the whole loaf. This somebody who ain't even interested in giving you the breadcrumbs. They don't even want to give you that. They don't want to give you half the loaf, a slice of that bitch, the butter, the bread, or the breadcrumbs, the butter, neither that go with it. They don't want to give you nothing. A bunch of motherfuckers who just want to be around, probably lustful player energy, got low level energy on them anyway. Stay away from them raggedy ass people. If you know you want real love, real commitment, you're gonna have to go toward where the real love and the real commitment is, and not lead with passion. That's for somebody. Because for some of you, again, you kind of lead with passion, and it's like, oh, this is so fun, they're so cool, right? But do they want what you want? And don't rationalize shit. If they say no, the answer is no. Don't get off in your head trying to change your mind, and don't get off in their head trying to change their mind. But you're scared of either being rejected or scared of rejecting someone or something. This is your reminder, though, that you are in control and in charge of your life. Okay? You are in control and in charge of your life. Okay? Let me say that one more time. You are in control and in charge of your life. Sometimes detours and derails happen. Sometimes you might have a little couple of bumps in the road. But remember what the destination is. In love, if you're dealing with somebody, you talk to them, you courting because you single, cool. But is this your destination? If you at a job and it's cool and you know the job is all straight and it's fine and dandy, cool. But is this your final destination? What does your final destination look like? Because again, the King of Earth here says in 2026, it'll already be there for you. It's already going to be given to you. You will have a reason to praise yourself and to acknowledge your successments and to do them in the face of motherfuckers who might try to make you feel like, well, we don't like people who brag. You just be trying to, you just be trying to be boastful. You so arrogant. No, I'm not arrogant. I've worked very motherfucking hard. What you heard what Trina said, I ain't cocky or trying to be arrogant, bitch. That's just my attitude. I reserve the right to dangle these motherfuckers. Bitch, I hope you get sick of these goddamn bitch. Ching, 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 bitch. I pray make every bitch that hear you bend up on the inside. I pray that they can't fucking stand it. And I pray that you love it. Every single goddamn, I pray that you skip down the motherfucking sidewalk and you just throwing them bitches. Because you clearly have worked hard, will work hard for whatever this is. Home keys, new car keys. Bitch, my car I just love the new car smell in my car. Yeah, make everybody sick. Okay, bitch, how many times you gonna break up your car? As many times as I motherfucking want to, bitch. Do you know how hard I done work for this car to bust my ass and then had to work 3, 4, 5 jobs? But you're being asked to really pay attention to that. Again, what's your attitude? If you feel like you deserve the half-ass relationship, you'll stay there. If you feel like you deserve the half-ass job, then you'll stay there. If you feel like, well, I'll never be able to make that much money, I'll never be able to get that off the ground, I'll never be able to go to that school, I'll never be able to achieve this, then I mean that's where you'll be at. You'll always be stuck. Nothing blossoming, nothing blooming. But it's about nurturing yourself. It's about really asking yourself, what do you want? Again, what is your final destination? Power one. If it ain't the job you at, what is the end goal for you look like? If it ain't this relationship, what does the end goal for that relationship look like? If this ain't the end goal for your own self, the vision that you have for just you as a human being, then what does that look like and what changes do you need to make? How much you need to hustle? How much you need to move in order to make that a reality? You do have the Jay-Z card from my tune in deck. Which again, Jay-Z is a mogul, right? Again, all these money cars. You got City Girls, you got That's My Attitude, you got the King of Earth, you got Jay-Z. Everybody know Jay-Z is the Jay-Z of Jay-Z's. Still nigga, the only one who poured Duce into the Grammy. Only rapper who bold enough to get on the internet and say, yeah, y'all niggas corny holding that money to your ear. Y'all niggas need to go invest that into some stocks or some art or something that you could give to your family, and create what? Generational wealth. That's the type of time you need to be on in 2026. That's the type of vibe you giving in 2026. what did it say? Retirement, collaboration, founder, businessman, blueprint, mogul, retirement, titles and contracts. New me. Hello. Come on now. Hello, somebody. New me. You see, you got the Capricorn card right above it. What is it up under there? The boss. If you can see it clear enough, the boss. So again, if I haven't already reiterated it enough, money obviously is going to be the focus. So while we're on the topic of that, let's go ahead and segue as we count down and get close down to these final couple of cards here that we have. The cards here that we have from the purposeful career deck is advancement. It says career growth can be expected in your field of work. Opportunities are coming your way. So don't waste your time and improve your finances. So again, this is about hustle. Don't waste no time. Make sure you improving your finances. This is the time to making sure that you're improving in your finances, that you're again not procrastinating. How are you investing? Okay. How are you investing in your finances? What's the hustle? Maybe again, you working at one job, you feel like this job ain't enough, but I can't walk away. Cool. Get you a couple of other hustles. So that way you can stack you some bread, do what you need to do in order to make these goals and accomplishments a reality. So then you can say, mother, fuck that job. You don't gotta sit here and be worried about, oh shit, well B, I kinda wanna quit. I mean, I really don't like my boss, but I got bills and then my kids be hungry and shit. They eat me out of house and home. Okay, well then cool. Get your ass up off your shoulders. Just like the King of Earth said, don't be lazy. This ain't the year to be being lazy. If you need multiple streams of income, go get it. If you need a second, third job, go get it. Now is the time to do it. Just make sure you checking in with yourself as you do it. Don't run yourself goddamn rampant. And make sure you have a little fun along the way. Okay, conflict is here. Be careful with whom you deal with. Anything related to your finances. There could be someone misunderstanding with, there could be some misunderstanding with someone about money. Okay, and I mean, we do have the City Girls card here. I know it necessarily wasn't about money, but still. Okay, so make sure who you, be careful who you trust. I wouldn't invest too much with nobody. Okay, so again, this made me feel like I wouldn't really do no contracts this year either with nobody. Okay, no business contracts, no nothing. Everything you doing this year needs to be for yourself, with yourself. Okay, or use discernment anyway, because again, the next card you have is connections. So I feel like that kind of confirmed what I just said. But then again, it also kind of let me know, like, use discernment as you're connecting with people. Okay, be careful who you sharing money, dealing with money with, having business contracts, financial contracts with, because there could be a misunderstanding. But the teamwork, I mean but the connections card here says, and quote, teamwork makes the dream work. Allowing others to share their talents and skills with you will help your career and business grow faster. So again, you can network with people, chop it up with like-minded people, politic. When it comes to sharing finances, I would be very slow on that. Learning how to improve your finances. Okay. Growth can be expected in your field. Opportunities are coming your way. So again, a lot of energy about again money, career, status, accomplishments, and not being afraid to, praise yourself about your accomplishments, not being afraid to, check in with yourself, connect with others, making sure that even though you're accomplishing so much, connecting with other people, connecting with yourself emotionally. Like it's just a clear repetition of that here. Last card here, it says investing in your skills is a great way to generate money. You can provide services using your expertise to build a stable income. Didn't I just say that? Now I said for some of you, you could be watching this and you're like, well, B, bitch, I don't know. I mean, I kind of hate my job. I can't stand my boss, bitch. I being in that hole drain me, but I have bills. I cannot walk away from this job. I can't. But it's like, again, if you invest in whatever this is, right? There's a skill that you have or that you could learn, a trade that you could pick up or something like that, that not only can bring you an extra stream of income so you won't have to worry about it, but it can also make you your own boss. Yeah, it might be a little taxing. Yeah, you might have to get up and be a little extra busy. Your off days might not necessarily be your off days, but it'll pay off in the long run. It'll bring you opportunities to, again, not only be able to take care of yourself financially and to really be straight, but to, again, be your own boss, to elevate your own life, to, again, be able to conclude 2026 and to look back at the year and say, you know what, bitch, I really accomplished everything I said I was going to accomplish. I did this, I did that. I marked this off my list. I traveled. I, hit my financial goals. I paid off all my debts and all my credit cards or whatever that looked like, and to really be able to feel like, okay, bitch, yeah, I did that. 2026 was mine and I crushed it and I did a damn thing. Okay. Last card we have here is a money just affirmation. I just wanted to like write down an affirmation for you guys to recite throughout the year if you wanted to for your finances. And the one that I pulled says, I will be healthy, wealthy, and happy. I will be healthy, wealthy, and happy. I know that's right. So again, major arcana cards are the cards that I see here: Leo, Cancer, Capricorn. I will say Capricorn is emphasized twice with the Devil card. I see Taurus. I see Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And yeah, if you've gotten this far in my video, I really do appreciate it. Thumbs up, drop down below in the comment section. Let me know which pile you picked and if you picked this one and how much it resonated to you. Again, if you want your own personal 2026 reading, I'm also open for those. Drop down below in the description box. 10% off the reading can be done, okay, using the discount code comeback, COMEBACK. Again, my name is B, just in case if you forgot from the beginning of this. And yeah, I'll see you either over on another pile or over on another video. Bye. So, hi, pile twos. So, if you're in this pile, that means that you either picked from the nice, lovely brown tiger's eye crystal, or you picked the lovely, lovely top papers, or you either picked the MC Lights card with the keyword skill, or either the, I don't know if you can see it with the glare, song choice or skit choice, should I say, which was a side talk by DJ Khaled from the Grateful album. I'll start with this, right? Listening to the skit, the aside talks, or whichever, however, um, it was very much him thanking his son, which I kind of thought was like cute, but a little ironically weird. But it was him thanking his son for executive producing the Grateful album and saying how appreciative he was. And then it goes into like a bunch of coos and goo goos and gagas, right? What I mainly just picked up off of that is just thankfulness and gratefulness. So I believe that will be a big theme of your 2026. Okay. Before we get too deep into it, remember I am doing 2026 overview readings. You can find my website down below in the description box. They are 130. Shop pay is available, so you can do like I think 4 installments of like 30 something dollars and get it for cheap. It is holiday season, and the discount code 10% off for comeback. That is COMEBACK, all capital letters, in the promo discount code box, and you can get 10% off. I don't know if the two work simultaneously with Shop Pay and the 10% off. I don't know. But what I do know is two options are available. So again, if you want a personal, individualized 2026 reading, we can definitely get that to you. All right. So again, it definitely feels like being in 2026, being thankful and being grateful. Literally, the skit was like maybe 30 seconds. The little interlude was like 30 seconds. And again, it was really him thanking his son again for executive producing the album. I remember back when he had his son, so I do remember when the album came out. I do remember, I think he ended up maybe even naming an album after his son, but this is his first son. I think he's had two. But again, thankful and grateful is like a big thing for me at this time, right? Being thankful and being grateful in 2026. The MC Light card is about knowing, the card itself, by the book term anyway, is about learning how to say what it is that you have to say. Sometimes you don't always have to be super aggressive in your communication style. You can still get your point across using different words, different tones, different cadences. However, again, the skill card here, and again, it's a 10% on this calculator, excuse me, and the phrase 10% better every day came to mind. Or like, what is it? Like maybe 1% better every day or something like that. 110% is also coming to me too. So I feel like in 2026, this feels like more of a, I don't want to say trial and error, but it feels more like a sharpening your skills, perfecting your skills, trial and error. It feels like sharpening your sword is like the visual that's coming to me right now, to be honest. So again, it's making me feel like for whatever you're going through, whatever you see, whatever you might endure in your 2026, practicing gratitude is going to be big. Practicing thankfulness is going to be big. It's funny that I say that Thanksgiving is literally like next week. But practicing thankfulness is going to be big. Being grateful for what you do have, being grateful for what is coming, being grateful for where you are. Even if it's not where you want to be, it's not where you was, right? Is what's coming to me mainly. I pulled two oracle cards. I'm gonna tell you, like I told Power One, I don't see anything or any of these cards except for the ones that I flipped over for us to see. So the music song card, the MC Light card, I saw. Everything else is new. I will be reading out of the book, okay? Because this is still a deck I really don't know all like that, like that. So y'all would just have to work with me as I, meet in the middle to kind of figure out what this is. We do have the Ace of Earth and we have the Desire card. So let me find the Desire card really quick in here. Oh shit, wait, I think I went too far. Okay, yeah, hold on. Knowledge, wisdom. Okay, that's 10. Desire is 20. Okay, 15. Sorry. This is Roman numerals. I'm figuring it out. Journey, 17, 19, 20. Where's desire? Ha, found it. Okay. So let's kind of jump off into the cards that I did shuffle and pull to see what we have. Pile one was pretty much wrapped in a pretty little bow for me. It was pretty self-explanatory, short, sweet, to the point. Okay, let's jump in with the Ace of Earth. Let's see if I can get it to where you can see it without the glare. You know, you can sort of kind of get an idea of what it looks like. Okay, anyway, that's enough of that. So it says the keywords here: new beginning, goals, motivation, desire. So you have desire twice. Desire is in the Ace of Earth, but you also have it here out on the spread. As you can see, desire down at the bottom. Desire, preparations, opportunity, education, security, potential reward, potential consequence. And again, potential to me makes me feel like, again, in 2026, it seems like, I'm gonna be honest, right? This feels like whatever you might be planning or whatever goals and stuff you might have, things might not exactly turn out the way that you might want. Thus, the grateful and thankful energy with the aside talk. Yeah, DJ Khaled. I'm also being reminded too how DJ Khaled is like very religious in a sense. I mean, I don't know his religious views or anything, but I mean, I've heard him talk enough to know that he speaks about God and he's a very God-driven person. You know, he has a couple of interviews and things like that. Even the God did song, they didn't believe in us, but God did. So and again, he is a Sagittarius. So that's kind of making me feel like again, your divine connection, right, with whom you pray to. This already is kind of starting to feel like you're still learning. You're still being molded in 2026. You're still being shaped in 2026. So again, even though things might necessarily not work out the way you want and or ideally had hoped, how can we still find a gratefulness and a thankfulness for what is and has worked out for you? Oh, I don't want to lose my spot. Okay. um, Let me see. When the Ace of Earth appears in your reading, when the Ace of Earth appears in your reading, it represents a time of change and new beginnings on the career and home front. This change is driven by a desire for financial security and independence for yourself and for those whom you are responsible. It is time to make preparations and plans for the future so that you are not challenged or placed under stress by the changes that are coming. Let me read because I feel like it's a message and a word for somebody. It is time to make preparations and plans for the future so that you are not challenged or placed under stress by the changes that are coming. A new beginning founded in practicality and pragmatism. This is the energy of the Ace of Earth. It is time to be grounded in your approach and seek tangible outcomes that meet your desires. Also, be sure to consider the impact of your decision, the impact your decision will have on those around you. Excuse me. Also, be sure to consider the impact your decision will have on those around you. Be certain of your motivation. If you desire a safe and secure environment that is a financial that is free of financial stress, excuse me, if you desire a safe and secure environment that is free of financial stress, now is the time to consider building solid foundations. Determine your weaknesses and your strengths. Weigh your responsibilities and then decide whether or not they fit your goals and objectives. So again, a lot of talk about desire. A lot of talk about wanting, desire, right? That's like the yearning for the thing, the want of the thing. What do you want in 2026, right? I feel like that kind of tackles into kind of a little bit of what I said, right? Despite the fact that of what you want and what you desire, right? Maybe it doesn't exactly come into fruition the way that you want. Maybe you get the end goal of the thing, but it didn't unravel the way that you ideally would have expected it to. How well can you still be grateful and thankful for what you do have, or for what is coming in, for how things are unfolding? Okay. So again, what do you want for 2026? What is your desires? What do you desire? And this is already talking about in 2026. How are you planning? Actually, not even in 2026, because it said plan for the future. 2026 not even here yet. So this is practically talking about right now. Pow to. So in the right now, in the moment, how are you already pre-thinking ahead for the next year? Some of you might actually have picked Power One, because I know Power One was very, very big on money, money, money. That was like a big theme for Power One. That's the main thing they focused on in 2026, their finances and their hustles and getting where they're trying to go and building a new life for themselves. So this is a good time to really ask yourself, like, what are you doing? How are you doing it? Planning right now, just like the book said. If you don't want no financial hangups, if you sick of financial stress, you need to be planning right now and asking yourself, what do you need to be doing to making sure that you don't have to be falling back into that no more. To say, okay, you know what? Yeah, this year, 2025 was a doozy. It really took me through there. Take me. If you know, you know. But 2026, I'm not doing that no more. Cool. You need to be asking yourself right now, before Thanksgiving, before Christmas, before New Year's, before New Year's Eve, before the party, before the drinking, before the New Year's resolution. You need to already be asking yourself, what am I going to do to ensure that that's not a problem this year? To make sure that I'm in alignment with what it is that I desire. Speaking of desire, let's segue. The key words for this card: Says desires, wants, dreams, ambitions, goals. So you have goals twice. You have desires in both cards, you have goals in both cards. Okay? Price, gestation, manifestation, consequences. You have consequences twice, and you have selfishness. So the fact that you have consequences twice, I feel like is really telling to me too. Because even in, what does it say? Potential consequences in the Ace of Earth card. And here it just says consequences. Again, this feels already like learning from your mistakes. Like I said, perfecting your skill. Sometimes you might take, like this feels like, sometimes you take a leap of faith and you learn from your mistakes. It's kind of a part of the growth process. Pile two. So don't be afraid of that next year. Again, you can set yourself up now the best you can. For some of you, you might be stubborn though, right? The fact that you have consequences or preparing for, what did it say, preparing, right? Or potential consequences, preparing for consequences, you have that twice. You have desires twice, you have goals twice. So again, maybe you're still learning that. Maybe that's a message for somebody too, right? Don't fall back into those cycles to where you have to relearn that. Maybe that's a message for y'all too. Because this feels like, again, you might set out doing real good and set out having real strong goals and all of the stuff you desire, and somewhere along the line, and there's a consequence. But again, this grateful aside talk card, it give, how can you still be thankful, how can you still be grateful though, right? Maybe you tend to get distracted, and that's a skill you learning throughout the year. How distracted are you getting? Are you distracting yourself? Are you allowing other people to come in and distract you? Are you getting distracted because of love and sex and, again, the drinking and everything else like that? Or are you really staying focused on what it is you have to do in order to really get these goals and the things that you desire? That's just something to think about. Even in this card, there's a bird, there's a dragon, there's a flower, there's a, looks like a goat or a sea goat, and there's an eye. There's a lot going on in this card right here. Okay, let's jump off into what the book say. To desire, to wish or long for something, to lust or crave is to desire. In simple terms, desire means to want something. Desire is the fourth influence on choice. And when it appears in your reading, it asks that you explore your desires and ask, what is it that you want and how much do you want? What are you willing to do in order to achieve your desires? Is desire the root of all suffering? For example, you desire a glass of water. It is hot. You are thirsty. However, you are in the middle of a garden covered in mud and sweat, and the floor in the house has just been freshly cleaned. How much do you want that glass of water? Hello. That's a real motherfucking question, yeah. Huh? So I think that even speaks volumes in itself. How much do you want that glass of water? How bad do you want it? Do you want it bad enough to walk your nasty ass feet, them dirty ass shoes, off into your motherfucking kitchen floor that you didn't just mop and that you didn't just clean, but you're covered in mud and it's hot and you're thirsty and you're sweaty? So you either finna fuck your floors back up or you gonna sacrifice that water. This even brings me back to consequences, because this makes me feel like for some of you in 2026, you might have to pay a consequence either way, and just learning to be okay with that. Maybe that's something that some of you are learning, that will learn in 2026, for how to be grateful and thankful for certain things. Because again, let's use that as an example. Let's finish riding it out, right? You either not gonna get the water, which is still a consequence of not fucking up your floors, or you gonna have to re-clean your floors, which is a consequence of you coming in here and get this motherfucking water. Either way, it kind of could feel like a consequence. Either way, it's about your desire. It's about how bad you want it. It's about how grateful you are on the way there. What are you willing to do for it? And how grateful and thankful are you in the midst of having to do it? 10% better every day. You can just, you know what I'm saying? 10% is a lot once you really think about it. You pour 10% of some water in a glass every day for a week and see how quickly that motherfucker can overflow. It moves faster than you think. 10% don't sound like a lot, but it can really accumulate. Desire in action means believing that a particular outcome is good. It is worthy of our desire. It means valuing something as important or therefore worthy of our time and effort. It is desire that drives us to set goals and act on them. It is desire that inspires us to keep going long after someone else would have given up. Desire is what motivates you, drives you, compels you to act, take risks, and make sacrifices with a smile. So, how much do you want that glass of water? How much do you desire it? Do you want it enough to stop and do what needs to be done in order for you to have it? Or are you more inclined to wait until the task in front of you is completed? Could waiting also have consequences? Hmm. So that feels pretty in a nutshell, if you ask me. Again, coming back to the aside talk for my power tools, this feels like being grateful for wherever you stand, however you stand. How bad do you want your goals? How bad do you want those aspirations? How bad do you not want to feel financial stress anymore? How bad do you want a safe and secure environment? What are you willing to sacrifice for this desire? How bad do you really want it? I was watching something the other day from a lady named Sarah Jakes Roberts, and she was talking about progress over promise, and it was just a conversation about a mention of, if people knew the progress that you had to go through in order to get to the promise, a lot of people wouldn't even want the promise no more. If people knew what they had to sacrifice, if people knew what they had to give up, if people knew the consequences that they probably might have to endure in order to get to this promise, you know, a lot of people wouldn't want it. If they knew it required for them to have to sharpen some skill or to get out their comfort zone or to lose some things that they love or to have to be grateful just for where they at, sometimes that's the hard part too. You desire so much, but you don't even know how to be grateful and thankful for where you at right now. You constantly nitpicking your life. You constantly complaining about something. Complaining about your finances. Complaining about your love life. You complain about your job. You complain having a job. You complain not having one. You complain having a partner. You complain not having one. You complain about your kids. You complain when they not around. You complain about every motherfucking thing. You can't never find nothing to just be happy about. Because you desire so much more out of life. But again, how grateful and thankful can you be for just where you at? Even though you desire so much. What if I told you in order to actually have a prosperous 2026, you have to actually cut out all the foolishness right now as November 20th, 2025 stands, and have to sit here and really put your head in the ground and to really think about what you're gonna do. No Christmas, no partying, no hanging out. Most people wouldn't even okay with them motherfuck 2026 because I'm still finna go to the club on December 31st. Huh? Just don't be in that number. That's a lot of people in the world. It just don't have to be you. Make sure it's not your 2026. What if I told you in order to have financial freedom, you have to cut out all that bullshit budgeting and I mean all that bullshit spending and shit you be doing. Motherfuckers get to coming up with all type of excuses. Oh, but and then I kind of need this. I gotta buy that. Oh, right. And motherfuckers kind of they calm all that shit down after that. Right. Sad embrace card right after that. Again, what if I told you that again you had to lose some things, lose some people, lose the job, lose the relationship, lose the friendship, lose the sisterhood, lose the brotherhood, lose the partners, lose the bullshitting, lose the smoking, lose the drinking, lose the partying. Would you still want it? Hmm? Come on now. How bad do you want it? This is your desire. How bad do you want your goals? How bad do you want these things? How bad do you want this vision in your life to come together? Motherfucker, then motherfuckers will start acting like, oh well, I'm just, I'm okay. I'm just thankful to be around. Okay. They start talking real different after that. As we talking about losing things again, please know that you will absolutely be losing some things if that's what you want for your desires. You'll have to, but please also know that despite whatever you lose or whoever you lose, it will be replaced with better. And when I say who you lose, I don't mean to a passing. That's not what I mean. But when I say lose people again, I mean losing the job. When you fuck around and get fired. God forbid for those who really need it. But let's use it as an example, right? Let's get realistic. Fuck around and get fired. And you just think, oh my goodness. This fucks me up from my goals. What was I gonna do? I needed the money to do this, to do that, so I could get somewhere. But how well can you be grateful and thankful for God rerouting you because He gonna give you an even better job? Something that don't drive you so crazy, something that actually pays you a feasible price. To lose the friends and you just feel like, but I just wanted sisterhood so bad. Okay, and now you're gonna get blessed with some friends that you don't gotta be feeling like these bitches are making slick comments behind my back. Some homeboys who ain't secretly in competition with you, or some co-worker friends who really actually support you, like-minded people who really support you and want to network with you, and not people who want to just leech and take from you. But again, what if I told you you had to lose it? What if I told you you had to give it up? What if I told you you had to break up with the man in order to really focus on yourself, break up with the woman in order to really focus on school? A lot of people wouldn't care, give so much of a fuck about school after that. No, I mean, well, you know what I mean? You know what? I do love them. But I don't know how I feel about that. So what are your desires? And how well can you be grateful for what you might have to go through, or be grateful for where you at right now in order to get to where you're going? How can you not rush your process but perfect your process? It ain't about rushing the financial freedom. It's about, again, going back to the drawing board, perfecting that skill and say, okay, what can I plan? What am I about to do to make sure that I don't got to be living paycheck to paycheck in 2026? What do I need to do to make sure that I don't got to be hopping from home to home to home, that my car is stable, that my kids are stable, that I'm mentally stable, emotionally stable? Because again, Ace of Earth energy ain't just about finances. It's about your stability. It's about being grounded. It's about, again, your stable life, your material possessions too, the things that you desire, right? That new home, that new car, that big bank account, the job that's stable, right, and that pays well. And you don't gotta worry about if you're gonna make enough this month to cover rent or to get groceries or to pay for your baby's schooling and daycare. But again, you might have to lose some things. How royal can you be grateful and thankful in the face of adversity? Even when you lose them friends, to say, God, I might not really even understand why I had to lose them, but I thank you because I know it had to be for my benefit. You ain't gonna take nothing from me that ain't for my benefit. Or whoever you pray to, however you pray, right? To say that again, everything that's lost will be replaced with better. And to say that it's okay to grieve some things. It's okay to grieve the friendship. It's okay to grieve the job. Damn, I really, because I just really needed some bills. Yeah, but God gives and He takes away also. You know what I'm saying? God ain't gonna take nothing from you that He ain't gonna bless back to you. Your divine team got you, but you just have to trust that. You have to be the one to believe that. No one else really can believe that for you but you. I do feel like, and for some of you with these next cards, it do feel like romance. For some of you, there might be some romance where it's like, again, you might have to lose the connection, but it's getting replaced with something else. Fifth house is here, so again, this is passion. It is fun. It is ruled by children. It is ruled by dating and courting, and just, again, being like a performer-esque type energy. But you have seventh house right next to it, which is about dating, love, marriage, best friendship, commitment, business partnerships, business contracts. But then you have the ascendant, which is the outlook card. We also have a first house card in here, so I just use this one as my outlook, which makes me feel like, again, dating in 2026 might definitely change your outlook, or you might start dating and kind of getting to know someone who really will change your outlook on life also. So don't be too standoffish against dating in 2026. I do see, again, someone could come in and really like open some doors for you. Whether or not this is long term, this could definitely just be something that can help elevate you, and be something that kind of helps you like see either the world differently, or help shift how you show up in the world and stuff like that. Um, I will say though, this kind of feels like, again, it might come after a period of losing someone or something. So I do feel like there will be some level of loss before you get what you desire. But then after like a period of loss, after like losing something, again, like, again, let's say you have a best friend fallout, or again, maybe you go through a divorce or a breakup with someone you had been with for a good minute, right? And then it's like, after you kind of grieve and you process, and you know what I'm saying, you again get to a point of just learning, like, again, things are just, this is all a learning curve, you're still learning things, the divine is still kind of showing up in certain type of ways for you. I do feel like you will meet someone. Yeah, I feel like they might actually see you. I don't know why I'm being drawn to this eye in this card, but it's kind of making me feel like they might see you before you see them. But they'll definitely see you, they'll come approach you. You might actually kind of push them away a little bit, but this feels like something that could be beneficial. This also doesn't just have to be romance. This could also be new friends. So again, let's say you have a best friend fallout, but then you kind of get redirected to another person, and then before you know it, y'all become friends. And it's like, little do this was really meant to redirect you. You had to stop being friends with these people in order to get acquainted with these people, because these are the people that you need in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, in order to get to where you're trying to go. So it's like, even though, again, it might not feel like something to be grateful and thankful of, but it was a blessing nonetheless, like a blessing in disguise. Thank you, God, is what I'm hearing. So, be mindful of that. There's a lot of blessings in disguise in 2026 that you might, not necessarily feel so grateful for, but will still be something to be grateful and thankful for nonetheless. Same thing with romance. Let's say, again, you break up with somebody, you devastated. Oh my God, I can't eat. I just don't know. I'm just so, I'm just really going through it. And then it's like, once you grieve and you get back to yourself and you start healing, you get back in the gym, you're back in therapy, and you know what I'm saying, you kind of getting back to the swing of things. And then before you know it, you meet somebody, you start getting courted. And it's like, little did you know, again, God's, rejection was God's protection. Like, little did you know that, again, this is like a blessing in disguise. You had to lose this loser in order to get with somebody else who, could actually be more of a fit of what it is that you desire. Same thing with a job. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you had to goddamn get fired, but now you can put more time and energy into that business, put more time and energy into that career, that you might want to do, doing acting, doing casting calls, or whatever it is like that. And it's like, it's just a blessing in the sky. So it's like, again, that's like an overall energy I'm picking up in 2026, where it's like, learn how to be a little thankful and grateful. You might not exactly even know what's going on, but there's something going on behind the scenes, and you kind of just got to learn how to take your hands off of it. Control what you can control is a big theme too, is what I'm channeling right now. Learning to control what you can control, because some of this shit gonna be out of your control, and it'll feel like a loss. It'll feel like, something to not be thankful for, but later down the line, you'll understand why it had to happen like that. But in the meantime, between time, it's like, you focus on what you can control, like your stability, your finances. Don't cry and wallow in it. Cry moving forward. You know what I'm saying? You can cry, yeah, snot bubbles and all of that. Keep moving. Because at the end of the day, you still have stuff that needs to get done. You still have a life to live. This Ace of Earth is still here. So again, it's also about how well you can, again, focus on your goals and what are you setting for yourself. What's the foundation of what it is that you're building upon? What are you building? This is a good time to really think about that. Okay, I think now we are moving into the tarot. Okay. Knight of Cups, King of Wands, Eight of Swords reverse, Three of Wands reverse, the Tower reverse, Seven of Pentacles, the Hermit, Six of Wands, Knight of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. We have fire sign energy here. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have Scorpio energy here. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We have Virgo energy here. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I definitely see someone walking away from someone. This Knight of Cups energy is more of a how you can pour into me and nurture me without me wanting to nurture you. Very much a I'm here for a good time, not a long time type of energy. You know what I'm saying? Love bomber type of energy also next to this King of Wands. So in 2026, I do feel like if you're coming into it dealing with someone, it might not last. Sorry, I don't want to jinx anything. I can only be honest. I don't see it really lasting. This Knight of Cups next to this King of Wands here, the Knight of Cups is reversed. It is giving me like prideful, boastful. Someone who, isn't really like nurturing you and pouring into you, but expects you to pour into them. The Three of Wands is here again. So yeah, there's no momentum, there's no moving forward, there's no progress. I feel like honestly, if this is you and resonating with some of my pile twos, I feel like if you aren't already come out in 2026, you will get tired of trying to avoid this tower moment. The tower card here reversed is someone trying to avoid the inevitable, where it's like, okay, the relationship ain't shit. You know that this person ain't pouring into you the way that you need. You know that you're not happy. You know that these friends trigger you. You know that your homegirls be kikiing and cackling behind your back on your time. You already can pick up all of this, and it's like, again, you might have been trying not to be in your head about it. Okay, for some of you, if this isn't already resonating, be mindful of this energy in 2026. You might encounter somebody like that, and again, it's like you might get entangled with them, but then deep down in your inner knowing, you already know that this was never ever never ever ever never going to be what you wanted it to be, because they're not even showing up right now in the beginning stages the way you need them to show up. You know what I mean? So it's just like, make sure you watch for that. For those of you who are single, this is not the time to be trying to move fast with this Eight of Wands. I would not be trying to move real quickly off of your desires. Again, lust is also a conduit of desire. Okay, so be mindful of people trying to move in with you, or move fast with you, and be careful of you moving fast with people, because desire is also tied to lust. So the fact that you have desire twice, like I said, and I did say it in the beginning of this, that y'all, some people might be regretful. I love when all my readings come full circle, because I'm being brought back to that, where it's like maybe you get distracted, maybe you easily distracted, maybe are you distracting yourself, or you allowing other people to distract you. And I'm kind of being brought back to that, because it's like lust also can be a distraction. So for those of you, maybe you need the message, or maybe you attract very lustful partners, and it's like, be wary of them. It's one thing to be sexy, alluring, handsome, all of the things, right? Sometimes you just can't help how people react to you, but you can react and you can control how you're showing up. You can control what you're doing and the actions behind what your desires are. So again, maybe you're attracting lustful partners. This is not the time, but like I said, to be trying to move super fast with them. Okay, don't let them smooth talk you, sweet talk you, or nothing. Okay, and don't invest yourself in nothing when people are being obviously overly lustful. And make sure you yourself aren't being distracted. You have the Knight of Cups here reversed both times. That's why I wanted to use two different tarot decks, so I could see if any cards came out that mimic. You have the Knight of Cups here reversed twice. So again, be very wary of like fuckboy energy. People who want to come in and love bomb. They really know they don't want shit. They're overly lustful. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from them types. Cause that ain't gonna do nothing but distract you. And then before you know it, you might end the year feeling like, oh, well, I didn't accomplish what I wanted to accomplish, but I'm thankful And I'm grateful for at least what I did, right? What are you willing to sacrifice? That's what the card is asking you. What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to do? What are you willing to do? But no, what are you willing to sacrifice? What actions are you willing to put in? What are you willing to cut out for how bad you want this? How bad do you want the water? It might come as a consequence either way. Maybe you might have to goddamn put a chastity belt on, put a dick lock on, or something like that. And it's just like, hey, I'm just going, swipe or no swiping in this in this motherfucker. Like, if that's what you got to do in order to focus and maintain and to stay on your financial goals and to achieve financial freedom, do that shit. Yeah, it might be hard. Yeah, it might be a little bit of a loss. Where it's like, damn, he was handsome too. Fuck, dang. But sometimes shit, it really don't be worth it. Because again, once you see what it's replaced with, once you get the financial freedom, once you get what you really desire, what you really want out of life, out of love, because again, this different from power one, this ain't even just focused on money. This is just about what you desire, period. What you aspire for. This feel like in life. With your career, with yourself, with your relationship. So again, even if the relationship you already know it ain't what you desire, cut. Ain't no time, ain't no sense in wasting time with these nobody ass, nothing ass, emotionally unavailable types. They can't really offer you nothing except a hard dick and bubble gum. They ain't even got no king of swords out here, so there's no good conversation going on either. It's just a whole bunch of fleety love bombing shit and hard dick, wet pussy. Okay, so be very careful. What you invest your energy in, though, will be very victorious in 2026. I like to see these energies together. Okay. So, again, it's going to be very important for you to, for one, like I said, invest your energy, time, and efforts into the right people that you're connecting with. Okay. Not these emotional unavailable types. But this also was like, again, your goals, your aspirations. Focus on that. The more you focus and channel and like really pour energy, time, effort, right? Invest money into these things, you see it be more successful. For some of you, you need to kind of get outside your comfort zone and also like put yourself out there. The Hermit card for me is about needing to put yourself out there. This ain't the time to be trying to be a wallflower in 2026. You need to invest in yourself. You need to be about your goals. You need to make sure that you are rallying behind your goals. You need to be dealing with people who are also rallying behind you, behind your goals. Get rid of these losers and shit who are around you and ain't helping you and ain't pushing you and making you feel like XYZ 1, 2, 3, even though you don't really want to get away from them, or it might hurt you to get rid of them. Get rid of these fucking losers, dweeb ass people. And I mean that. Start putting yourself out there, get out your head. Okay? For some of you, you still like make sure you don't bring your victim mentality. I'm picking up like a melancholic type of energy of like just always being in your head, always thinking the worst, like your mind is your worst prison and you always like depressed or sad. The number 9 is coming to me. Something about looking in the mirror. So for those of you where that applies, looking in the mirror might need to be a thing. Like you might not want to face yourself. For those of you in 2026, right? Where that applies, where you just like kind of again, you always kind of sad and blue, and you kind of low key kind of depressed and melancholic, and you always just kind of in your head or thinking the worst about things. It's like you need to like have a long, good look at yourself. You need to like really kind of look at yourself long and hard and look at in the mirror about some things. And this don't even feel like, oh, you need to look in the mirror like a check or a diss toward nobody. This feel like look in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how sometimes you act like, oh, I'm just so ugly, or I'm just not worth it, or I'm just, when you kind of just be down, and it's like, you need to look at yourself in the mirror and have a real long, hard look in the mirror about yourself. And like face some hard truths that aren't even true. Is what this feels like, honestly. It's like being downtrodden and down boggled by everything that people told you that you was, and then needing to look in the mirror and realize that you're not at all like that. You ever had a moment, and maybe this is just me being a Saturn ruled woman in the ugly duckling syndrome, but it's like you ever always thought you was ugly, and then you look back at yourself and be like, oh, bitch, that was actually really cute. It kind of feel like that. Where it's like you take a picture of yourself and you like, oh, that's so ugly. And 2 months later, you come back and look at it and be like, now, why the fuck did I say that? That's actually really pretty. Why did I think I was a chop in this photo? That's what it feels like. For some of you, again, you need to kind of like start looking in the mirror, or like even saying affirmations to yourself. For some of you in 2026, that's something to do too, right? If you kind of struggle with self esteem and depression and negative thoughts and pessimistic thoughts and stuff like that, saying reciting affirmations to yourself every day will really really help. And picking your motherfucking head up. For some of you, you kind of like slouch down. You always looking down at your feet. You always looking down. It's like pick your fucking chin up. You have nothing to be sad about. Life is great. You're blessed. You're still learning. But you ain't, I'm hearing you ain't dead yet. Some of y'all got some straightforward ancestors. You ain't dead yet. So pick your motherfucking chin up. You ain't got nothing to be moping and sad about. Again, grateful, grateful and thankful. Thank you. Grateful and thankful. Pick your motherfucking chin up. You ain't got nothing to be sad and downtrodden about in 2026. Everything is for you. It's working out exactly the way it need to. You are exactly where you need to be, the way you need to be, how you need to be there at the time you need to motherfucking be there. So cut all that shit out. Nightmare on Elm Street is the solo card I pulled for y'all. Okay, so again, that does speak to, like I said, fears, okay, worries, anxiety, depression, stress. Okay, everybody know what Nightmare on Elm Street. He tormented the hell out of them kids in that in they sleep. Okay, but it's like again, like you could have some sleepless nights. You could have maybe bad dreams. Again, there could just be a lot of fears. You know what I'm saying? That kind of linger around you that you need to kind of get over. Right? Again, maybe you watching this. I'm coming back to this King of Wands and this Knight of Cups. Maybe you know that somebody is showing up emotionally unavailable, but maybe you just clinging to them and you don't know how to let go. Maybe you feel like a victim. Maybe in your mind you like, well, maybe it's something I'm doing. No, they're emotionally unavailable with everybody. And if you ain't met them yet, bookmark this and come back to it in 2026 to hear me when I tell you that they are like that with everybody. It's not just you. It's not just, oh, they're emotionally unavailable to me because I'm just not their type. No, they are like this to everybody. So cut your losses with this loser. Come on now. Ain't no point in you being up all night again, all in your head. You look, didn't I just say that? Get out of your head, pal two in 2026. In your head is down here. You see her in her head. Look how she looking. And you know he was tormenting. Didn't I just say he was tormenting the hell out of them kids? You gotta be in their head to be fucking with their dreams and shit. So yeah, get out of your head in 2026. This is not the time to make yourself a victim of your circumstances. This is not the time to make yourself a victim because now you gotta walk away from people or because people probably aren't giving you what it is that you need. This is not the time to be a victim of being in your head about the losses that you might have to take in order to gain some wins. That's just what it is. That's just the life of it. But again, I feel like a lot of you guys are still learning that with the skill card. You're still learning that. You're still learning how to sacrifice things to say that this relationship is not working for me. Do I love this person? Yes. But is this what I desire out of a relationship? No. So even though I love them, I have to be strong enough to leave. And I'm going to cry on my way out the door. But I'm going to cry with my motherfucking chin up. And I'll be grateful and thankful for the strength that I left. Is this what I want out of a job? No. So I'm gonna put my 2 weeks notice in and I'm gonna trust that the divine gonna give me something else and give me something better than that. Is this what I desire out of my life right now? No. But I'm gonna make these sacrifices. I'm gonna stop smoking, stop drinking, I'm gonna stop hanging out, I'm gonna stop being promiscuous. If I want a real relationship and a real commitment, I'm gonna stop settling for these dweeb ass losers who are emotionally unavailable. I'm gonna get a plan, I'm gonna get serious about my future, and I'm gonna think about what it is that I want. And I'm gonna go after it. And wherever I land in 2026, I thank God because I know it's all working out in my favor. Be very careful what you invest in. Be very careful who you're investing in. Because again, it can definitely distract you. Imagine fucking around with the wrong partner, the wrong potential person, right? And you ain't made no sacrifices in order to really focus on what it is that you gotta do. And then before you know it, you so fucked up. You ain't did none of the shit you set out to do financially in 2026. You just spent most of the year fighting with this dweeb ass, dork ass, nothing ass, whoever this is. Egotistical, lustful, overly freaky frog ass, emotionally unavailable, emotionally constipated ass. Come on now. Imagine not achieving your goals in 2026 because you down bad in your motherfucking feelings behind a nobody. Don't piss me off, Bow too. Okay? Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. We're not doing that. 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 Okay, as far as I'm concerned, with this fifth house and this seventh house looking at me side by side, I feel like put your eggs in several baskets. I wouldn't even just focus on one person. I would have a couple actually. I wouldn't take nobody serious right now. Because again, you need to be focusing and asking yourself how bad you want whatever this is in your goals. Whatever goals you set and whatever your vision is on your vision board for 2026, how bad you want it. And start asking yourself right now what you need to be sacrificing and what you need to be doing and what boundaries you need to be setting and what plans you need to be putting in motion and how you need to be showing up and maneuvering to make sure that you don't even have to be dealing with any of this. Your subconscious fears can stand in your way. Sometimes it ain't even just another motherfucker who got you in your feelings. Sometimes you have you in your feelings. You be the number one shit talker to yourself. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. So while we talking about finances, let's jump out to what was here. I remember when I first pulled these, shopping fell out first and not bothered. So shopping was the first card out from the purposeful career deck. And it says, if you're thinking about making money in retail or online selling, this is a good sign to try it. It's an opportunity to take over your business. It's an opportunity to take your business to the internet. Okay, so again, this is a good time to start prepping and planning. Like I said, what is it that you want to do with yourself, right? Just like the Ace of Earth card said, if you want safety and security in an environment free from financial stress, then you need to start planning and asking yourself right now, how are you going to do that? What are you putting in place, putting in motion right now to ensure that in the future you don't have to be dealing with all that? Bothered is the next card you have. It says, don't fear failure, but be afraid of regrets. Your worries are blocking your stress. Didn't I just say that? Your worries, your worries, your worries are blocking your stress. Remind yourself of your greatness and stay optimistic. Didn't I just say your subconscious fears? Your subconscious fears can sometimes be fucking with you too. Sometimes it's not even just another person and you dealing with a friend or a family member and it's like, oh, this is kind of distracting me or stressing me from being able to focus. Sometimes you are what's in your way. So make sure that you aren't your biggest op in 2026. Making sure that you're not dealing in your fears, right? Fear of leaving, fear of missing out, right? Again, sometimes you might have to sacrifice that. Oh, I got FOMO. I don't want to, I have to make it to the club. Yeah, I hope you got fear of missing out on that life that you aspire to have too. Huh? The club can wait. The smoking and drinking can wait. The sex can wait. The nothing ass homegirls and shit, homeboys and shit can wait. But that depends on how bad you really want it. Stand alone. There's an opportunity to do things on your own. You have done projects that have led you to become independent. Financial freedom is yours. Didn't that just tie into the other one? The other card just said, now if you want a life free from financial stress, now okay, now you have stand alone. You built a life that's independent. You know what I'm saying? Financial freedom is yours. So again, this is the time to really start thinking about, like I said, what are you gonna do? How you gonna do it? Maybe you gotta sell a couple of clothes. Maybe you gotta sell a couple of shoes. Maybe you got too many. Maybe you got other gadgets and gadgets and sit in your house that you can sell. Maybe you have paintings. What it was I just watched the other day with Kiki Palmer and SZA. I can't remember the name. But at the end of it, the bitch was selling her paintings and ended up making the money to pay whoever back and to do all of this stuff. So it kind of reminds me of that too. Like, again, consider all your options. Imagine this bitch had these paintings all this time. You mean to tell me we could have been selling these and you went here laid up with a man when you could have been selling these? You can't even tell him to get out. You had sex with him. The sex was so good you just forgot to tell him that he needed to be moving out. But you not selling your paintings, and the whole time that could have been an extra stream of income. If you know the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you watch the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I had SZA and Kiki Palmer in it. I think it came out last year. I think. Feast. It's time to celebrate your hard work and even your small wins. An unexpected income or pay raise is on the horizon. Yeah, for some of you, you have messages in pile one. Some of you. But like I said, this isn't the time to like get distracted. And again, whatever happens, however it happens, however things come together next year, this is a time to be grateful and be thankful. God, I thank you for executive producing the year. Really. Okay. To the divine, El, Yahweh, whomever else you pray to, insert their name here, whatever, deity or whomever, however. No disrespect when I say that. Thank you for executive producing the rest of the year for me. I really appreciate it. So this is about, again, how thankful and grateful can you be in order to get where you go, through the sacrifices, through the loss, through the fears, and having to push through your fears, through the anxiety, through, the mental prison that is your mind, through cutting off friends, cutting off relationships. I'm just saying now. It says money comes easily, frequently, and abundantly. I did want to pull one money mantra card for you guys before we wrapped up the spread. And yeah, so it says money comes to me easily, frequently, and abundantly. Okay, and that is your card for the evening. Thank you again so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. If I'm calling signs, who do I have? Fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thank you again so much. Again, I am open for personal readings for 2026 and other just personal readings if you're interested. Like, share, subscribe. Leave me some comments. Let me know which pile you picked or if it resonated and how it resonated. And yeah, until next time, I'll see you over either on another pile or over on the next video. Bye. Okay, last but not least, my pile threes. So, if you clicked on this pile, so that means you either resonated with the yellow citrine or citrine, the fever tree bottle cap that has the tree on it, the Leke 47 card, aka keyword mystery, or the song Company by Drake and Travis Scott from the If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. I'm going to start with the obvious, aka start with what I can see. When I first shuffled and I got the Company card, I immediately heard Watch the Company You Keep. Especially because once you get into like the lyrics of the song, that's super telling. Like I really didn't even have to listen to it. I remember when the album came out, I was like a big fan of the album. Um, but I do remember also he gave us that album, if I remember correctly, around the time where he was beefing with Meek Mill. Hence the title, If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. But even the song, right? I got some for you to come and get. I'm at the West. I'm at the West End up on Brio. Hit me when you done your shift. I see you doing well, baby. But you pulling shit together. I can tell, baby. Is you single or what? I need a girl from the country. I need a girl from whoever. I need a girl that can someone to make me feel lucky, right? Someone who could walk up to her ex and look him dead in the face and say, "You ain't got the juice like that." That's cold, ice cold, girl. Why you had to do him like that? You know. But there's also a specific part of the song where he's talking about I'm a dog. I'm still a K not at heart, I'm a dog. I never texted, no, I never call. Because I'm still a K not at heart, I'm a dog. That's why you got to come through quick. Hit me when you done your shift. I need some company. I need you to take my mind off being in my prime. Even the words in the song, the fact that he's eliciting for someone to come over, but then also talking about how he really just a dog and how, she be feeling some type of way, but I mean, he a dog, you just say it's what it is. But you got to come over real, real fast. Because again, I mean, it's kind of also given if you take your time and if you don't hurry your ass up, I'm just going to call someone else, right? So it's kind of given again, watch the company you keep. Not everybody that grin is your friend, you know. And not everybody that smile should stay for a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, pay attention to that. Especially because with the Lake K47 card, mystery, right? Her face is covered. I can't say I know much about this artist, but off of the book, when I had bought it and I had read the book frequently, it talks briefly about how this person wore a mask to cover their face, despite how they, still would put out music. But it was basically saying that, again, they would kind of, again, wear these masks over their face, like, right, keeping a level of mystery still. So this makes me feel like, how good is your poker face in 2026 for my pile threes? And how well are you watching the company that you keep, my pile threes? You know what I mean? That's mainly what I'm getting here. 47 on the shirt, 11. Okay, 4 plus 7 is 11. So new beginnings could be had. A new chapter could be had next year. You could be moving into a new space, a new era, even, I'm hearing. So it could be very important for you to. I actually just heard keep your friends close and enemies closer. I was gonna say it might benefit you to keep your play your cards close to your, keep your cards close to the chest. You know what I'm saying? Play your hand close to the chest, which just mean, again, be very stealth. I wouldn't really share a lot of my business. I wouldn't really share a lot of my ideas. I wouldn't really share a lot of what I'm about to do. I wouldn't really share too much of myself, even with people. Oh wow. Now, when I was pulling these cards, let me tell you, like I told the other cards, right? I mean, let me tell you, like I told the other cards. Let me tell you, like I told the other piles. For one, I don't see any of the cards that are pulled except for the ones that I flipped over for us to pull. So the Lake K47 card and the music card that has Company by Drake on it were the only cards that I saw. The rest of these I pulled and completely flipped them over. I maybe saw once or twice. I mean, I maybe saw one or two, but that's really about all I've seen. I did see this card that flipped over, which was the first card that flipped over. But I did not see this card, right? I also want to say this before I get too deep into y'all's reading. Disclaimer, I am doing 2026 yearly overview readings. You can purchase one now on my website. They are available. They are for 130. Okay, turnaround time is between 1 to 3 days. Shop pay is available. I think it's just 4 installments of like 33 something in order to get it paid. And you can use the 10% off code if you like. Comeback code, Lord. Discount code comeback, COMEBACK, all capital letters. You can definitely put that in the discount code. I don't know if shop pay and the discount code work simultaneously, like if you could do it together. But again, they're there for your use. You can find my website link down below in the description box. Anyway, I didn't notice the second card, but I noticed the first one. One thing that I'm also noticing too, as I'm freshly looking at these cards, both of these cards have a 5 on them. So changes are happening for you in 2026. 2026 is also the year of the horse. So it's also about courage, boldness, movement, progress, agility, and a couple of other things. But this is the 5 of earth, and this other card is the 5 of fire. And again, mind you, we have an 11 already on this Lake K47 card. But both of these, as you can see, Roman numeral number 5 is down at the bottom, simplifying the V, which is Nomen Numeral 5. Nomen Numeral. This retrograde is with me. Roman numeral number 5. Okay? Goodness. Okay. So the 5 of Earth, because I just recently pulled it, is a card of basically talking about deception. Okay. It is a card of basically saying, making sure that you don't deceive yourself. But I also like to interpret it as making sure that you're not deceiving others also, and that others aren't deceiving you. Okay. Deception in any type of way is not good. Okay. Let's start there. But this is also about deception in all forms. This is about cutting corners. This is about cheating. This is about stepping on other people in order to come up, and all of the things like that. All of the negative things, right? The Five of Earth is basically saying this is not a good time to listen to that inner devil or that inner voice in the back of your mind that tells you to do the wrong things, right? If it's a conversation, be honest, be truthful, have integrity in how you communicate and in which you communicate. This isn't the year or the time to be trying to deceive others and to lie and connive to get what it is that you think you desire, or to again try to cut corners at jobs or in business or in contracts in order to think that this is going to help you come up. Success will be short lived, either for you or for those who have this energy towards you. Now, I'm saying it in the sense of the energy that people have towards you because, again, I told you what I already heard when I first got the company card, which was beware the company you keep. Okay? Even the album title, if you're reading this, it's too late, right? So that just makes me feel like it's a warning. So again, like it's kind of like, what am I getting? I'm seeing an imagery of, like, how you might, or like this happens in movies where by the time you get up too close to something, it's already too late. By the time you get close to the snake and you realize it's a snake in front of you, it bit you already. So it's like, again, be very careful of that, especially because the Five of Fire is about conflict. This is about fighting. This is about conflicts. This is about rivalry, competition, people wanting to battle you. As you can see, faintly, his hand is up in the distance. I kind of hate that the glare is fucking it up, but again, if you look real closely, you can see his fist is up. The bald guy with the blue on his head, you can see that his fist is raised. The other guy is at a fallback stance. His palms are open. His palms are up. So this makes me feel like, again, people could also want to deceive you in 2026. And again, you might have to keep a very good poker face. You might have to learn how to kind of, move in silence and remain a level of stealth. You know, not reveal too much, not give too much of yourself, not share too much of yourself. Remain a mystery in 2026. You might need to. Because again, there might be some changes and transformations that might actually come fuck you up. Just saying. The Five of Earth card appears when awareness is the key is of key importance. Excuse me. The Five of Earth card appears when awareness is of key importance. Something is not right. Someone is not as they seem. Someone lies and deceives, and that someone could be you. The Five of Earth can also symbolize the devil inside, who encourages you to take the easy way out, to look for options that lead against instant gratification, instead of putting in the hard work that yields enduring success. And his voice in your head and heart, inspiring you to risk everything for the chance of a quick buck or a momentary thrill. Think twice. Whatever the deception lies at this time, there may be some basis for your doubts and your questions. Your inner voice is telling you to look closer and see beyond selfish desires and blame so you can perceive the truth. Be honest with yourself, or heartache and disappointment may follow. Let's jump off into this Five of Fire. Five of Fire symbolizes a time of chaos, conflict, and confrontation, either at hand or ahead. Someone may Someone now, excuse me, may see themselves or others as their rival or competitor and may be willing to use ruthless and aggressive measures to come out on top. This ugly situation is now often made worse by technology and social media. Rumors can be spread, lies told, and reputation destroyed, and all can be accomplished with an almost complete anonymity. The five of fire therefore represents a choice to walk one of two paths: to embrace it or even condone this behavior or end it. If the choice is to embrace it, do so knowing that you will be met with the same aggression, because aggression only perpetuates more aggression. Instead, you would choose to believe, instead, if you choose to believe that another is your rival and has stolen your work, use legal methods in place to protect your interests. If your choice is to help to end it, then be mindful of your actions. All too often, unkind behavior comes in the form of a joke or a laugh at the expense of another. A discussion about another's life choices, spirituality, sexuality, or appearance can appear to be intolerable and condemning to someone who is watching or listening. You are entitled to your opinions, but be mindful of who can overhear or see what is written or said. And if you cannot be certain that another will be hurt or upset by your words, then it is best to keep your opinion to yourself. So I'm definitely getting two things. For some of you, you definitely might be the company you need to kind of be aware of keeping. Right? For some of you, this feels like, again, you might want to like use aggressive force, or again, maybe you feel like there's some rivalry or some competition. You might feel like you want to cut corners, right? This can maybe be a thing at work, right? Let's say there's a new position for a new spot coming up. You and a couple of other people want it. But are you going to be honorable in your choice to do this and win and get the position fair and square, and or lose fair and square? Or are you going to cut corners, use aggressive force, be nasty spirited, feel like other people are rivals or competitors to you, and then now start trying to scheme little lowball ways to where you can, kind of get what it is that you want, or to, kind of favor yourself? The five of earth did say that. Are you going to cut corners and try to take the easy way out? Or are you going to put in the real hard work that sustains us, that ensures a sustainable future? Or are you trying to find a get rich quick scheme because you're trying to outdo everybody else? This also could be the energy, though, that again people have toward you in 2026. So we'll just have to see. The Goblin card is here. Okay, another five. So we have 555. And the Goblin card is a card to indicate making sure that you're not in your head about everything that could go wrong. So for some of you, again, maybe you could have anxieties and insecurities that maybe make you want to do a conniving way. Like for instance, example, let's say again, finances. But maybe you feel like, oh, I'm never gonna get this money by tomorrow. So now I'm gonna do something illegal, or now I'm gonna take the easy route, or now I'm gonna try to find a get rich quick scheme because the long way isn't gonna work for me. Where it's like, you selling yourself short. Just because it didn't work before doesn't mean it won't work now. But trying to be deceptive and conniving definitely won't help. It'll just backfire. The fact that you have three fives though, 555, and it says again, if you're reading this, it's too late. That also makes me feel like making sure that you're not the one doing wrong by people. Because I'm just picking up karma. Where it's like again, and then before you know it, remember, if you given, just like the five of fire said, if you want to perpetuate the same energy, cool. But remember that aggression perpetuates more aggression. So if you want to be on that with people and you want to be grimy and you want to be slick, throw the rock and hide your hand. You hiding your true intentions. You hiding who you really is. You hiding what you really want. You hiding your true nature. Before you realize it and try to catch it, it'll be too late. And that's on karma. Because you are the company that's out here doing people wrong. For others of you, like I said, this is less about you and it's more about how people are showing up with you. Just like the Five of Fire also said, someone sees others as rivals. Someone sees you as a competitor. Someone sees you as a rival. Someone thinks that, they want to meet you with aggression. And for others of you, again, you don't have to really keep your poker face. You might actually have to, conceal yourself. Whatever the insecurity is, though, again, you're being told not to worry and harp too much on it. I'm getting a big energy of putting yourself out there. I don't know who that resonate for. Like now I said, even with she has her face covered. It's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? For some of you, this could be because, again, you ready to take the mask off. So maybe for some of you, you have been being mysterious, but then it's like, oh, I kind of want to take the mask off. I kind of want to be myself. I kind of want, people to know who I am, and not be so mysterious. But then it's like, you could be nervous about that. Maybe the fact of you being who you are triggers you, and you notice that people are triggered and people feel like aggressive to you, and maybe that triggers you. Where it's like, oh, but this has always not worked out in my favor. Quiet the goblins who's telling you everything that could go wrong. Don't worry about everything that could go wrong. This ain't the time to be worried about everything that could go wrong. This is the time to just focus on what could go right. The goblin card is here to say, okay, this your inner critic in your mind is reminding you of everything that could go wrong right now. You could be real weary about that. You could be real nervous about everything that could go wrong for you right now. And this isn't the time to be doing that. This is a time to really think about everything that could go right. Textbook wise, this like K47 card is about taking the mask off, and it is about allowing people to really see who you are. Being who you are, putting yourself out there, your real intentions, your real self. Allow people to see the real you. But again, maybe in doing that, you might encounter some people who might now want to cut corners on you. There is someone in the back here with her head down. So again, maybe people feel like they want to cut corners on you. Maybe people feel like they in rivals with you, pile three. But this ain't your business because changes are happening in your life. You have the Sagittarius card, you have the Virgo card, and you have Neptune. One thing that Sagittarius and Neptune together is giving me that my pile threes dream very big. But one thing I'm also seeing with Sagittarius and Virgo together is you also stop at nothing to make sure that your dreams are a reality. Virgo is an extremely hard worker. I love Virgo placements when they not on they nitpick shit, but I love Virgo placements. They work hard. Some of the most hardest working placement people natives I've ever known, and I really admire that. Sagittarius, once we are passionate enough about something, once we want it bad enough, we'll run you and everybody else over. Grandmamas in wheelchairs, bitch, aunties, aunties, mamas, dads, children, and scrollers. Look, everybody gotta get out of the way. But with Neptune here again, this is about your dreams. You're dreaming really big. I was gonna say in September. September might be significant. Maybe you're a Virgo born in September. You're dreaming very big in 2026. And again, this makes me feel like not only are you just dreaming big, but you're focused on the big picture and the small details. Sagittarius to me is a bigger picture thinker. Virgo is very, very good with the small details. So you're all around pile three, very focused on what you're doing. And again, you're very consistent. You're getting into the tiny lines and the details, and then you can step back and say, okay, how much left I got to go in this picture? Okay, cool. And then we can go back to the tiny details. But it's all in alignment with what it is that you're dreaming. It's all in alignment with what it is that you want. I see you taking risks also in that. I see you alchemizing. I see you understanding like what you're meant to do here, transmuting energy, grounding yourself. Like you feel very spiritual. This feels very spiritual looking at these three cards. Virgo can be very spiritual. Sagittarius can be very spiritual. Neptune is a very spiritual planet ruled by Pisces. So this makes me feel like pay attention to your dreams, but also keep following your dreams. Okay. Making sure you're not over criticizing yourself. Okay, so that could be a part of the goblin card. Making sure you're not over criticizing yourself. Making sure that you're not being your worst inner critic. Okay, it's okay to pay attention to the small details and the bigger picture. But I mean, what good is it really gonna do you if you super fucked up about the insecurities of it? You know, for some of you, that might be what make you want to now cut corners because now you feeling a little insecure about your own self. So now you want to steal somebody else's ideas in 2026, and that's just not gonna end well for you. Not only will it blow up in your face, but now you got some beef and some confrontation at your door. And if you reading this, by the time you reading this, it's too late already. Because the damage that you did was done, you just should have never did it. Don't do shit you can't come back from. Just because you're thinking out of insecurity. Because you critiquing yourself and you feel like, oh, they shit a little bit better, or because they shit a little bit righter or a little bit tighter than yours. But again, this can also be people toward your energy. Their own goblins, their own worries, because they see pile three moving and grooving and taking risks and doing what they need to do and working hard to make their dreams a reality. And now they feel some type of way. When you over here minding your business, they don't even know about nothing you going through, what you done been through, how you done got here, what your real name even is, or nothing. They just feeling some type of way about you. Yeah, this is what they think about you. What there was, Ice Cube, this, no Vaseline. God damn, I'm glad y'all said it all. Eight of Wands, Temperance, Three of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Justice card, Six of Swords reverse, Six of Pentacles here, King of Pentacles reverse, Five of Wands, and the Judgment card. Sagittarius, you're here twice. Libra, you're here twice. Earth sign energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I will say this though, right? Looking at the tarot, I'm gonna be honest. This doesn't feel like pile three's energy. This feels like whoever this is in this five of earth, five of fire energy feels like somebody else for you. I'm gonna be honest. This feels like your energy. With this Eight of Wands here, things might be moving really fast for you in 2026. I feel like you're going to be making some really good investments here in 2026. And I feel like whatever it is you're pouring into will be pouring back into you. Like I said, Sagittarius, Virgo, Neptune card here. So not only do you have big dreams, and are you dreaming really, really big? You're having these elaborate visions about what you want, right? And how you want it and what you want it to look like and what you envision your life to be. But then you take the risk, right? Sagittarius, bow and arrow, and you shoot that motherfucker, you're going to, stick it somewhere. You're taking risks. You're learning. You're a student of what it is that you need to do. You're getting into the details, right? Sagittarius and Virgo, I think, are really great students. In my mind, anyway. All right, so this is about, again, learning your craft. This is about learning what it is that you do. This is about, again, the hard work. Yeah, you might critique yourself. Yeah, you might have a couple of insecurities. Yeah, you might, lay K-47 card, might not really want to, show your most authentic true self. You might be in the back of the class and shit with the goddamn, face mask and shit on, acting like, please don't talk to me because I don't want to talk to y'all. But at the end of the day, you know what you're doing. At the end of the day, yeah, it might be, you might be in the back of the class, but you're still paying attention. And I feel like even with that, things will be moving very fast for you, very quickly for you. You'll be getting some good news or several good newses in 2026, okay? Even with this temperance card. For a lot of you, again, this is based on your patience, and your ability to do the work here in the physical plane, just as you're doing in the spiritual plane. Right, again, Neptune, you're, dreaming, you're manifesting, you're, thinking it, envisioning it, you know what it feel like, you know what it tastes like, okay, but then you also take the risk and do what it needs to be done. You're also focused on the, inner details and the plans and the smaller ins and outs about how to really make this come together. So it's like, again, people are really gonna be jealous, it feels like, kind of, even about, like, your ability to, like, make something out of whatever you're making it out of. Okay, Six of Pentacles is here also. It's like whatever you're pouring into is being poured back into you, right? Page of Pentacles is also here, all right? Seven of Pentacles energy. So again, your investments are growing. You're probably finding more things to invest in. You know what I'm saying? I'm even hearing your money make you money. So again, whatever you're pouring into is pouring back into you, and it's like reciprocal. It'll cause for you to really, like, elevate, to really have some good news, to really see, things kind of take off fast for you. Eight of Wands is a very fast energy, a very swift energy. It is like a very overnight type of energy, 8 hours, 8 days type of things. Something that, kind of happens for you within a week. What I'm also seeing, though, that confirms my beware of the company you keep card. You have the Three of Cups here. You have the Justice card reversed. And you have the Five of Wands here next to this Judgment card. Now, again, this makes me feel like definitely make sure you're watching the company you keep. The fact that this Three of Cups also ironically fell directly on this Five of Earth, because I didn't do that on purpose. That wasn't deliberate. I didn't intend to do that. But as I was just laying the cards, it kind of just, as it fell directly on top of that. So this makes me feel like, again, there might be some people around you in 2026, right? There might be some people around you in 2026 that might kind of want to be around. And I mean, again, if I'm judging by the card right here, it actually might be 3 to 4 people. Where it's like, be careful of the company you keep. Not everybody that smiles should stay for a while, and not everybody that everything that grin ain't your friend. You know, be very careful of the energy you invest with these people. And these would be the type of people I wouldn't tell my business to. Like, to be honest, like, look, you see how she got her face covered? You don't see nothing but her eyes and what she wearing in her hair. And then you got this Three of Cups right next to it, reverse. I feel like, again, be very careful of the company you keep. Don't put everybody in your business in 2026. I wouldn't put a whole bunch of people in your business. Because, again, these same people will be the type of people that'll try to cut corners on you and get one up on you. Do I feel like it's going to work? No. But it's also kind of giving, again, watch the company you keep. If you reading this, you're too late. Okay, so again, you think you got friends and you sit around and you tell these people, yeah, and then I'm gonna go do this, and I'm gonna apply over here, and I'm gonna go do that, and yeah, I'm a and then before you know it, they'd have been beats to it. Who That's reminded me of what's that girl name, Tyler and Carisha, when Carisha was just popping off a few weeks ago or about a month ago and was saying that Tyler stole her song. But it's kind of similar, right? Be careful of the company you keep. Now imagine being in the studio and you play this girl your song. I don't know if the bitch actually stole it or not. I will say it sounds ironically similar to me. I can only speak for me. But imagine being in the studio playing somebody your music, right? Your craft, sharing your ideas with these people, and then they jump on a bandwagon and do it before you even get a chance to do it. Now it sucks for Carisha, but that's really just a lesson learned. This girl not your friend. You can't be playing your unreleased music in front of no motherfucker that you don't know. Again, competition, rivals. We all do music. Tyler do music just like Carisha. I'm sure she's trying to be big as Carisha, if not bigger. I think she already said she wanted to, like, what, be the next Rihanna or do music with Rihanna or some shit. I don't know. But it's like, again, imagine, and you thinking that you got a friend the whole time. She in the back of her mind like, oh, okay, and then you said, what on the hook? Take me to Chanel. Put me in Chanel. That what you said? Okay, yeah, we just gonna change that to take me. So it feels like a similar energy. Be careful of the company you keep, because again, people might try to backdoor you. People might try to, get one up on you. People might be in the same realm, right? Like-minded people. Maybe you meet some people who do hair like you, do nails like you. Maybe you want to get into the same business that you're doing, and that's fine. Hey, how you doing? You don't gotta be beefing and making it like it's some tension and some aggression, right? Again, aggression perpetuates more aggression. So you don't have to be rude, but you don't gotta be buddy buddy with nobody telling them all your business either. Hush, be quiet before it's too late. Then that little pretty little idea that you had to come up and make a little money and have a little side hustle, somebody then already beat you to that, stole their idea, acted like it was theirs. Ain't gonna play dumb in your face and act like, I don't even remember. You said you was gonna do that, girl. I don't even remember you saying you was gonna sell plates. Bitch, you remember me saying I was gonna sell plates. I just told you that 2 Saturdays ago when we was drinking margaritas. And you just took my whole idea. So be careful of that. For some of you, you might have to again stop fucking with people, stop fooling with people. And the goblin card might kind of trigger you to feel like, oh, but what if I don't make any more new friends? What if I don't have any more homegirls, homeboys? What if I don't make any more, connections with my family or whatever shit like that? And it's just like, let all that be hogwash. Let all of that be hogwash. Okay. King of Pentacles is here reversed. Okay. So be weary of dealing with people that don't really have much to invest in 2026 too. Isn't just about love. This could be literally anything. Okay. You need people who are on the same page as you. People who can pour into you just as equally as you pouring into them. And for whatever reason you feel like you don't want to walk away from them, you need to gather up the strength to walk away from them. Because it'll always be conflict. You know what this is also reminding me of too, right? Going around people to brag about like your accomplishments, going around people to share your ideas when they don't have anything that they've accomplished or they don't have any ideas just sounds like you're boasting, sounds like you're bragging, sounds like you're being arrogant. Okay. You need people around you. Again, like I said, be careful of the company you keep. And that I've been saying it. You need people around you that can pour into you the same way you can pour into them. Six of Pentacles is here with this King of Pentacles reversed. Why are you giving to somebody that can't give to you? This King of Pentacles reverse would indicate someone who has nothing to offer, nothing of value, nothing of monetary gain, and or is just extremely selfish and is only in it for what they can gain. Be careful of people like that. Be careful of people who are around you only for what they can gain. Be careful of people who are around you who, want to gain and want to give but don't. Even if they have the best interest at heart. And I understand all of that, right? Neptune card here. Maybe you want to be a little compassionate. That's cool and all that. But at the end of the day, they still don't have shit to offer. Wanting to help don't mean shit. That's like having a motherfucker staying with you and they can't put nothing on the rent. And they like, oh, but if I had it, I would. If I had it, ain't good enough. Figure out how the fuck you gonna get it, or figure out where the fuck you finna stay. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of feel like that. Be careful of people who are around you who again simply just are in it for what you can give them, and be careful of people who aren't necessarily in it for what you can give them, but they also ain't utilizing their fullest potential in order to have something of value to lend and give. People need to be pouring into you, investing time, energy, money, effort, all of that the same way you're investing it into them. And if for any reason that they're not, you need to get them the fuck on. This will cause some conflicts though. So again, you have two conflict card. Five of Wands is here. You have the Five of Fire is here, which are basically the same things. So again, expect for some people to have some conflicts with you this year. Expect for some people to have some issues with you this year, or to feel some type of way about something with you in 2026. Hold on. Oh, because I don't want this to die. Oh, cool. Cause child, look, all 2 hours and some change of this video, honey, I need every little piece of it. So we just not even gonna do that. Yeah. So again, use good judgment in 2026 is what this feels like. Okay, you do have the judgment card. So again, making sure that you use good judgment on people. Be careful of the company that you keep. Okay, I wouldn't go around nobody sharing projects. I wouldn't go around nobody sharing my visions. I wouldn't go around nobody sharing in what my plans is for the future, what I really want for the future, or none of that shit. Again, mystery. So no wonder you got the Lake K47 card, because again, it seems like changes are about to start happening for you. Things are about to start moving fast. You could be transforming. Even through all of these good changes and transformations, you could still be in the back of your mind with the goblin card, like, oh my God, what if all of this shit blew up in my face? It's not. Relax. Woosah. Take a deep breath. Okay? But again, not only through these changes, it's like, again, new levels come with new devils. And all of this love, you got to know the hate is somewhere. Okay, so again, be very careful of that, because things are going to start going really fast for you in 2026. Because again, not only have you been being patient with your process, but group 3, this feels like my pile threes are people who have been very patient with their process, patient with their divine team, patient and diligent with their vision, patient and diligent with their risk taking, patient and diligent with their vision and making sure that it comes to life, and really making sure that you're doing what you need to do. You've been, honoring your divine team and your spiritual court, and you've been working hard here on the physical, earthly, human plane. So it's like in 2026, expect for things to really kind of be moving up to you again. 11 is on her shirt. So there's a new level that you're elevating to next year. But like I said, new levels come with new devils. Watch for these people who feel like you are in competition for them. Watch these people who feel like you are a rival to them. Watch these people who just downright have aggression towards you, who want to be deceptive towards you for whatever reason, because things are elevating for you. Because again, you're anointed. Look at these wings on his back. You know, this ain't just no regular Temperance card. He got a halo. He got wings behind his back. So this is someone who again is like blessed and highly favored. People might even be mad because you don't really want to invest a whole lot of energy. So be careful about that too. Right? The Page of Pentacles here is on top of this Five of Fire. So that also makes me feel like, despite all of the energy that you might have, there are some people that you're really not trying to give a whole lot of energy to, and really trying to give a whole lot of time to. And people could be mad about that also. You'll be asked to use good judgment. Again, use good judgment. I wouldn't share too much about yourself. I wouldn't speak too much. I wouldn't do too much. Because I mean, this is giving you gonna have people gravitated to you anyway, because people are watching you. Right? People want to take what you have. People trying to see how they can get to where you at, and they trying to cut corners. They want to you know what I'm saying, do it the easy way. They trying to get rich like you, but they trying to do it the get rich quick way. So they think they gonna come around you and pick up your sauce and pick up what it is that you got going on, when the real tea is, bitch, pile 3 has just worked hard and has been tenacious in their vision, and has been resilient, and has been steadfast, and it just hasn't let that shit go. You've just been working at it time after time after time after time again. But again, it'll attract you a bunch of people who just want to take what you have and figure out how they can get what you get faster than what you got. You know what I'm saying? How can I get where this bitch is in twice the time? I don't want to do all that bullshit hard work pile 3 doing, and fuck all of that. I just want the accolades and the success. I just want the new beginning. I just want the blessings that's coming. And then they're gonna be mad at you once they realize they can't get it. This is also an indication of romantically, potentially romantically, or there's somebody here also who just doesn't have anything to offer. So it's like, be careful of romantic prospects who see you moving up and you elevating, and they don't have shit to offer, because they either don't care to offer nothing and they only interested in what you could do for them, or because they literally don't have it on some if I could I would shit. And be careful of like peers, is what this feels like. Peers who want to come around and who secretly feel like you competition to them, but then now they want to come around and see what the sauce is. They want to come around and see how you do what you do. They want to come around and take your ideas and try to again cut corners, steal your ideas. I ain't gonna do it the hard work way, like the Five of Earth said. Do you want to cut corners and get rich quick, or do you want to really do the hard work and put in the real effort, so that way it ensures that you have long-term success. A lot of people ain't trying to have the long-term success, they just want the right now success. A lot of people ain't really trying to put in the hard work behind the shit. I just want the blessings. So if I can come over here to Pile 3 and listen to them talk and to steal their ideas, and I'm gonna run over here and implement them like they mine, maybe it'll mean that it'll go faster for me than it is for them. Maybe then I can be neck and neck and foot to foot with them at twice the time without having to do any of the work. And it's like, no. But be mindful that, again, it'll only make people mad with you. They ain't gonna be mad at themselves and say, oh, well, that didn't work. That must mean I should just go put in the hard work. No, they're gonna be looking at you like, ugh, this motherfucker. Why I work for Pile 3, but then it don't work for me? I just did the same thing. I just stole these exact ideas and it ain't even going nowhere with me. Yeah, right? But that's their business. Your message this year is watch the company you keep. The other card you have here is Matrix. And one thing I love about this card is that it says chosen one on it. It says the chosen. It says God given. It says no weapon formed. Amen. It says the oracle. It says truth, and it says decoded. So again, the truth and the nature about things will definitely be revealed, okay? But again, you have nothing to worry about, like I said, with this goblin card. It's all in your mind. You don't have to worry about, well, what if they take, well, they actually did take my ideas. If you come back to this sometime in 2026 and you watching this and you like, well, bitch, they did take my ideas and I don't really know what to do. Like, I'm kind of back at the drawing board. Don't worry about it. Because again, what God gives to you can't no man take from you. And at the end of the day, with this Neptune card, it gives you are a pillar of creativity. So it really don't matter how many people try to take your ideas, emulate your style, try to act like you, be like you, try to, steal your vision. At the end of the day, they ain't gonna do nothing but fuck themselves up. Because for one, no weapons formed against you shall prosper. So anybody that feel like they in fake ass rival, fake ass competition, who feel like they want to be conniving to you and listen to the devil and let the devil get off in their mind and trick them and act like, oh yeah, I'm finna come steal from Pile 3. Let me come over here and fake buddy with them. Oh, eat cheese and act like all that old fake ass shit. And it's like at the end of the day, what the devil means for bad, God can always and will always turn around for good. And it ain't a bitch out here bigger than the program. And it ain't a bitch out here bigger than God's program. So what God say for your life goes in 2026. I'm seeing traveling for you. I'm seeing a lot of grounding. You might even start planting. You might start riding horses. I'm seeing you get deeper into your creativity. Again, I see you making all of your dreams a reality, Pile 3. Really. And it'll be because you believed in yourself. It's because you dreamed big, you reached for the stars, and you did the hard work in order to do it. You prayed every night, and you went to work every day, knowing that these dreams were gonna fucking come true. And because you did that, and because you honored your divine team, and because you do right by people, you will absolutely be blessed. But you'll just start seeing the truth behind these motherfuckers when it comes closer to date, right? Even if you look in the picture, despite all of the words, if you look closely, you see all these bullets. You see how his hand up stopping these bullets? What his name was? Neo, right? So again, it's like the possibilities are endless. Life is just looking up for you. And it's funny because as I'm sitting here, I'm trying to get a good grip of like, because Pile 1 is like, oh, money's gonna be really, really good. Pile 2 is like, oh yeah, this is gonna be really well for you too. I don't know. I'm just getting an overall sense of everything in your life is about to elevate. Like the possibilities are endless. I can't even just sit here and say, oh, I necessarily see this and see that like specifically. Like, oh, you'll get a new job or you'll do this or what. Like, I don't know. I see everything going well. I see the main thing that you need to worry about in 2026 is, like I said, the company you keep and dealing with people and investing in people who don't have shit to invest and or who are only interested in what you can invest in them anyway. A lot of contracts, a lot of business partnerships, a lot of people that you thought would be in your life for a long time, you realize next year they won't be. You'll see the truth about them. You'll see the truth about them once your blessings start coming in. You'll start to realize that people who supported you don't necessarily support you like they thought they did, like you thought they did. Right? You'll start to realize that a lot of these friends you thought you had was really just people who was trying to get close to you for whatever they could use against you, or get close to you for whatever they could steal for their own gain. People who, really don't even like you, but they keep you close. So that could be why I heard keep your friends close and your enemies closer. But you'll need to use good judgment. But at the end of the day, again, just don't critique yourself. Keep doing what you're doing. I would say, but I do feel like you'll be traveling more, you'll be learning more. You feel like a student. Whatever this is that you're doing, you're learning more about it. Or either learning something new, traveling to a new culture to learn about a new culture, getting into planting, getting into having a green thumb, learning about plants. Like you feel very peaceful. You feel very out the way. This honestly, Pile 3 feels like a bunch of people who want to be in your business. Again, with this mysteriousness card. It's like, damn, who is this bitch? You know what I'm saying? Who is this motherfucker that every time I see them, they in a new car, they in a new this, and they always look fly and GQ, and they don't never really say much, they don't never really give much, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's with them? Like, you know what I'm saying? Again, it's like a light on you, a light on your life. It's like, again, you're elevating so much, you'll just be on a whole new frequency. That's why I picked up the 11. You'll be on a new timeline. But again, new levels come with new devils, Pile 3. Be careful, careful, careful of the company you keep. Be careful, careful, careful of listening to the goblins and the negativities and the insecurities that is in your head. Pay attention and use good judgment to what's going on around you, because again, there are people around you in 2026 who really just want your light, really just want what you have, really just want everything that's promised to you. And people who are willing to be in conflict with you, argue with you, fight, use aggression, brute force, or whatever it is in order to try to have it and or take it from you. But again, no weapons formed against you shall prosper. Like I said, you saw the picture, all them bullets. He got his hand up. Child, who? All these shots that people taking at you, is giving people who will start taking shots at you. People gonna start coming for you in 2026. But people can't touch what God already did set out for you. So I guess that's also why I see the 555. Big changes and big transformations are happening. You might even go back to school with the Sagittarius card. I'm looking at it. That's why I said you might start putting yourself out there really, and allowing yourself to be seen on some creative pursuits when it comes to your dreams. Maybe you like to paint, maybe you like to sing, maybe you like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But it's just like you're taking the mask off, or you've had to take the mask off. You're learning to take the mask off. People really see you, even though people don't see you. Like, people see you because you're taking the mask off. People see you because you're being yourself. People see you because you have a light on you. But people don't really know you, I guess is what I'm trying to say. People don't know you. You still keep a level concealed. You still keep a level of mysteriousness. And I think that's what's going to hook a lot of these people. Where it's like I said, who is this motherfucker that just, I'm hearing Nicki Minaj. She's like, yo, who is this bitch? You know what I'm saying? I keep trying to stop this bitch. I keep trying to block this bitch. Who is this bitch? Why is it that I can't get rid of this bitch? Because you can't get rid of me, bitch. You can't get rid of me. You can't take nothing from me. You can't steal nothing from me. You can't block my shine, knock my light, everything that I'm working hard toward and has been working hard toward, everything that I envision for myself, everything that I dream for myself, that I'm busting my ass to do, all of the risks that I'm taking, the big dreams that I have are mine. God gave them to me, and can't nobody take them from me but God. And if you feel like you want to take him from me, you have to take that up with God. Like, this feels like spiritual warfare even. Because again, now we got the devil card here, and then we have the God given no weapons formed here. So be mindful of that too. Spiritual warfare could even be a thing for you next year. But I don't feel like it's nothing to worry about. Not with the no weapons formed God given next to this goblins card. The goblins card, like I said, just already told you, you don't have nothing to worry about. It's all in your head. Don't let these insecurities and worries and fears that keep you downtrodden. You're fine. No one's gonna fuck with you. Can't nobody do nothing. All you can do is control what you can control, which is watch for the company that you keep. That, like I said, you see how this person's down at the bottom? This is how they want you in 2026. You see how it look like, you know what I'm saying? He got her necklace in one hand, cars in the other. Don't it look like, yeah, I done just gypped this bitch out of all her shit. I got a necklace over here and I got her cars. Look at her in the back crying. That's kind of what it's giving. People want you like that. People want to take stuff from you. The things that you've worked hard for, the things that you've been patient on, the blessings. People think that they're going to come take it from you. And they're not. But in the meantime, like I said, watch the company you keep. Let's go ahead and move into some purpose for career cards. So the first one you have is just do it. Procrastination will not bring any success at this time. This is the best time to put your plans into action. Just do it. Didn't I just say that? Yeah, that was it. So it seems like you're allowing yourself to be seen. It feels like you're doing stuff. It feels like you're taking the mask off, allowing your, you know what I'm saying? People see your light. People see you. People, are picking up on your energy, but they don't really know much about you. You don't disclose all your personal business, and it's good that you don't in 2026. But people will be gravitated to the fact that you're doing it. Like I said, procrastination will not bring success. This is the best time to put your plans into action. So whatever you're doing, however you're doing it, is gonna cause you some traction. But then people are gonna want to now come kind of like, want to act like they want to be close to you and shit. Amusement. You have natural talents that you can share with the world. It's time to make money from them while having a good time just being you. Didn't I just say that? Yo, who is this bitch? Who is this nigga? Who is this motherfucker? Every time I see them, they in the latest and they fly and they got a pocket full of dough and they in a fly ass whip and they just look like they minding their business. How can I get like that motherfucker? But it's not because they just want to support you and help you in your level up. It's not because they want to learn how you've done all of this hard work and just, work on yourself and to follow your dreams. No, a motherfucker just want to come take shit from you. That's it. That's all. Nature. It's time to enjoy nature around you. If you feel anxious about a situation in your life or your career, take a walk to clear your head and be healed. Again, I did kind of get nature energy. Didn't I say like being a plant mom or picking up that you got a green thumb or something like that? So being in nature is going to be very important. Make sure that you dedicate and carve out time for that. Okay. Nature walks is going to be a thing, even if it's sometimes sitting outside. Like for myself, me personally, I like to sit outside. I'm a stoner. I like to sit on my porch sometimes, or I'll just walk in the backyard, or you know what I'm saying, sit amongst some trees. It makes me feel good. So making sure that you do that. Okay, if you do have an inkling of getting pets or being a pet mom or just getting more into like your herbal stuff, this is a good time to do that. But nature walks can help you clear your head when it comes to just stressful situations. Okay, last card out, as you can see, what it says: blessings. Unexpected fortune is about to come. This is a great time to enjoy the blessings pouring in. Your finances are doing well at the moment, and that is why they are mad. Because you out here just doing shit, you ain't asking for permission, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You having a great time just being you and using your talents and allowing your talents to take you where you want to go. And the blessings are pouring in and raining in. And people want to know, how the fuck are you doing that? How can I do that? What are you doing in order to make that possible? But when you tell them all of the hard work, it's just like I was saying this in Power 3. And I kind of see it as similar. It's been a message I've just been getting a lot lately, where she was saying that again, if people knew the process in order to get to the promise, people wouldn't want it. If people knew everything you had to do and all of the hard work, late nights, early mornings and shit in order to get to these blessings, how much you had to push yourself, mold yourself, you know what I'm saying, work through your own insecurities, fears, and all of that shit in order to get to where you will be in 2026, people probably wouldn't want the promise anymore. But again, these are a group of people who absolutely want the promise. They just don't want to do the process. They thinking they can come over here with you and then steal your promise and skip the process, that they'll just be having promise and favor and blessings too. And that's just literally not how that works. No weapons formed against you shall prosper. Last card out, I did want to pull a money affirmation card mantra for you guys for the year. And for your 2026 money mantra here says, and quote, I have enough money to enjoy my day-to-day life freely. I have enough money to enjoy my day-to-day life freely. And that is why they mad. And that's why they mad. And that's why they mad. And that's why they mad. Because again, you over here doing you taking the mask off, you allowing yourself to be seen, you are not procrastinating no more. Okay, you done already been doing the hard work. You done already set your sights off on one of them big stars up there. You don't just want the top of the trees. You want one of them big old stars up there, cause that's your dream and that's your vision. And you busting your ass and making sure that you're doing what you have to do to make sure that that becomes a reality for you. And it will in 2026. So in case if I didn't already say that, everything that you want, blessings, favor, everything you've been working hard towards to this time will absolutely be coming in for you. Again, the only thing I'm seeing, like I said, is be careful of these fake ass, snake ass haters who want to come in and rob you of your goal after you didn't want digging. You done dug you 1,000 holes trying to find this gold mine just for a motherfucker to come in and think they can steal your gold. But also, pile three, don't let them come in and steal your gold. Use your discernment. Keep your motherfucking mouth shut. Don't share any ideas with anybody. Don't share any of your business with anybody. Don't. It's like SpongeBob. Why would you go run your mouth to Plankton about what was in the Krabby Patty formula for him to try to go run back and try to recreate it? And of course, even though it still tastes like shit, you just gotta be quicker than that. You know what I'm saying? So don't tell nobody your business. Tight lipped. You got a whole lot of blessings coming in. It's a whole lot of blessings in this mug. Okay, you heard what Bia said. Okay, but this just isn't the time to be telling other people about what your blessings are, about how you got them. Keep everybody at arm's length until you know you can trust them. But pay attention to the truth that's coming out about these people too. At the end of the day, you're the chosen one. So again, this is spiritual warfare. The devil is sending people to try to take exactly what has been promised to you. And I mean, they can't get to you. But do your spiritual team a favor and yourself a favor just by keeping these people away and the divine handle everything else. Honorable mentions: Libra again is here, Sagittarius is here, emphasized twice, Virgo is here, emphasized twice, along with Taurus and Capricorn. Again, thank you so much for getting this far in my reading. If you did get this far, again, remember I am open for personal readings. So again, you can book a personal 2026 reading with me if you, just in case if you want a more personalized, individualized video. No problem with that. Again, my name is B. Drop down below in the comment section. Let me know which pile you picked, how much this resonated with you, and yeah. Until next time, my name is B. I'll see you over on the next video. Bye.